Welcome to another night of Big Train Baseball, potentially the last one, potentially not. It's Game 2 of the Cal Ripken League Championship Finals. Alexandria Aces are on the road today facing your lovely Bethesda Big Train here at Shirley Povich Field. The Aces took the game yesterday, so it is do or die for the Big Train tonight. I'm Allie Navarrete here with Jacob Charis. Jacob, you were with me in Alexandria yesterday. That was quite a night of baseball.
It was, from just ugly mistakes, controversial calls, and the Big Train had some good fight in themselves, making it a close game. I expect a better performance. Manager Sal Colangelo was really frustrated, that's putting it lightly, with the way his team played. He's just quite simply said, we just weren't ready to play mentally, physically, and I think we absolutely agree with him. There was careless mistakes. I expect probably a better outcome today, or at least a better effort for the Big Train. They are missing. T.J. Rogers is not going to be playing today, and that's just another loss. But hopefully the depth of this lineup can come through, and hopefully force a Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, that is what you want to see. Again, if the Big Train can get the win tonight, the series will be tied 1-1, and we'll hit the road and go to Alexandria tomorrow afternoon for a Game 3. But yeah, last night was a really tough loss for the Train. However, I was very impressed with the fight, like you said. At one point, they were down by 4, ultimately brought it within 2 to lose just 8-6. So the Bats really started to rally late, hoping that the Train can get on the board earlier today. I think that will be a huge piece of something that they can improve.
Yeah.
So on the mound for the Train to start will be Brandon Clark. In the field, we have Baylor Cobb behind the plate, Sean Lane at first, Colton Hegwood at second, Warren Holzheimer at short, and Garrett Felix at third. Your outfield, DM Jefferson left, Trey Wingett center, and Jason Schiavone right field. And leading off for the Aces, just like last night, is center fielder Eddie Hakopian.
Hakopian, dangerous leadoff man for the Aces.
First pitch from Clark, low and away for ball 1. And we're underway, Game 2. Yeah, Eddie Hakopian last night was an absolute monster at the plate. Had an extra base hit, 2 singles. The 1-0, low again in that left corner, count 2-0.
And Clark was in his last outing against DC on the road, was his best outing by far. I believe he struck out 8. His pitches were in the zone. His off speed was outstanding, and hopefully he could take that into today's big game.
Yeah, he pitched 5 2/3 at DC, 5 Ks, 3 walks, just 1 hit, no runs given up. So his longest performance, his best performance, like you said. The 3-0, that one lands, 3-1. And Clark just recently announced that he'll be leaving the University of Alabama. He's going to go to the State College of Florida, which is a JUCO, play there for a year, and then hopefully get drafted or transfer to a different school. And that one high, so Hakopian takes his base.
Not the start you want for Clark. Just 1 strike.
Coming up next, another dangerous hitter, shortstop Adam Tellier, who had a homer yesterday.
The home run.
That was big. Brought home Hakopian, who was on base. So it was a 2-run shot. But yeah, wishing the best to Brandon as he leaves Alabama, pursues other ventures. We've had a lot of guys kind of make changes over the summer. That's what summer ball's for. Tellier showing bunt, ball. Cobb ready to pop up. Behind the plate last night was Jason Schiavone. He had some excellent fielding. Caught Hakopian stealing.
Yeah, and an unusual defense setup for the Big Train. We're not used to seeing Garrett Felix at third with Rogers out. Trey Wingett at center. That was normally occupied by Luke Nowak, who left. But, yeah, really, really interesting lineup, to say the least, in the championship game. But you got to work with what you got.
Clark taking his time. The 1-1, Tellier shows bunt, foul, and Cobb has it, tries to get it over to Hakopian. Can't, so Hakopian's going to be safe, but Tellier, the first out.
Great pop-up from Baylor Cobb able to get that ball in foul territory. Good effort on the throw there to get the double play, but good on Hakopian to realize that, he didn't really take a big lead, and Big Train already won out.
Yeah, a little more confidence for Clark now. He's taking care of one. Dylan Kuntz, the right fielder, now at the plate for the Aces. Clark, first pitch to Kuntz, in for strike one. First time Clark started ahead.
And Baylor Cobb, that was framed a bit. Baylor Cobb's one of the better framers on this team out of all the catchers.
The 0-1 goes wild. Hakopian going to advance into scoring position. Yeah, I mean, Train have had some injuries, had some people leave, but the one thing that has remained consistent is we're 3 for 3 on the catching core.
Yeah.
And all three of them in the lineup tonight again. It's the second time we've seen it. We saw it in Gaithersburg. So Cobb behind the plate, Schiavone in right. That one in, Cobb popping up, but Hakopian coming back, count 2-1. And then Clay Wargo, the DH, who did not play yesterday. Hopefully he's nice and fresh.
Yeah. He played well in game 1 of the Giants series. He brought home the tying runs.
The 2-1 swung on and missed by Kuntz, count 2-2. That he did. Was a well-hit ball. Clay Wargo, a good contact hitter. The Big Train really favors small ball, not necessarily seeing too many bombs off their bats, but they can come.
Yeah. Hopefully Sean Lane has some of his magic.
I was going to say. Clark, the 2-2, that one fouled off.
One guy that I really want to see more of is DM Jefferson. DM Jefferson has not had a hit in these playoffs, and he's a guy that came in to this team with a lot of hype, and he delivered it early. Had a home run, had a triple, and then he kind of slowed off, and it's carried on into the playoffs. And as your second batter, normally second batter, you don't want to see that. Today he's batting third. Holzheimer.
So DM usually in that 2 spot, but has been pushed down to the 3 spot after Petre left. And yeah, I agree. He's been a bit cold in these playoffs, but hopefully he can channel some of that early season magic that he did have. I believe there are 2 triples for the Train this season, and both of them were him. The 2-2 high, count full.
I thought Schiavone had a triple in Olney.
Maybe. I remember one time Schiavone walked like 4 times and had a run every single time.
I think he did, because I remember the $1 bet that our assistant general manager Patrick Chapman placed, and he was almost right.
The 3-2 swung on a miss. Hakopian running. Felix can't get to the bag on time. A good attempt from Cobb, but Hakopian going to be safe on third. But 2 outs now on the board for Brandon Clark.
Good pitching. I didn't even see what kind of pitch that was, because I saw Hakopian just darting for third. And 2-out situation would be huge if they could get out of this one unscathed. Yes.
You were right. Jason did have a triple. So 3 triples for the Train, 1 for Schiavone, 2 for Jefferson. First pitch in a bit high to CJ Boyd now, the left fielder. That one in for ball 2. So now Hakopian on third, 2 outs. Clark, the 2-0. That one popped foul for strike 1.
Clark seems, with his release, it seems to be a little too late, so they get him on the inside. A couple of wild pitches, and that forced that extra base to second.
The 2-1, that one popped foul again toward the batting cages.
Seems like he's settled in now. He's doing a good job finding the zone.
Yeah, count evens. Clark gives Hakopian a little stare down, but will send in the 2-2. And that one chopped toward the Aces dugout. Boyd with some fight here.
Yeah, no, good. Definitely a good at bat. Making Clark work, making Boyd work. only a matter of time before one of them breaks.
Clark, the 2-2. Outside, count 3-2 now.
Like some sort of breaking ball. It went outside.
So back-to-back full counts now for Brandon Clark. Took care of Kuntz. Can he take care of Boyd? The full count pitch. That one skying foul toward the Aces bullpen. So Boyd continuing to fight here. Saw a lot of patience and fight from the Big Train bats last night.
That T.J. Rogers at bat was incredible.
Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind. It was such a battle. Ultimately paid off as well. Another full count pitch, and that one high. Boyd going to take his base. Second walk for Brandon Clark. Cade Sullivan, the first baseman, coming up.
Not a good start for Brandon Clark, to say the least. He's had a tough time finding the zone. 12 strikes, 12 balls. Maybe it's playoff jitters, maybe. I'm not sure, but he's definitely not looking like what he was back in D.C.
Yeah, I mean, also, again, this is a much higher pressure situation. You're also facing a much more talented team offensively. That one in the zone, count 0-1. These Aces bats are tough.
One thing, the Big Train, if they get out of this inning unharmed, they got to capitalize and score first. That was another thing Manager Colangelo talked about.
That one right to Garrett Felix, and that's the third out. So Brandon Clark does a good job getting himself out of a bit of a jam with runners in the corners for the Aces. Still, well, not still, nothing as we enter the bottom of the first. We'll be back. Garrett Felix leading off. Welcome back. Garrett Felix leading off for the Big Train. On the mound for the Aces is Sasha Kamenjasevic. We've seen him before. I believe he last played at the Povich in one of those doubleheader games. In the field for the Aces, Jacob Friend behind the plate. Cade Sullivan at first. Brendan Harity at second. Adam Tellier at short. Connor Offshack at third. First pitch, a ball. In the outfield, C.J. Boyd left. Eddie Hakopian center. And Dylan Kuntz right. I believe it's the exact same situation we saw last night.
I mean, why wouldn't you go with the same lineup?
Yeah, it worked for him. Felix fouls that one off, count 1-1.
Felix, honestly, he's done a really good job stepping in for Luke Nowak as the leadoff man.
He has. Was really successful on Tuesday in Gaithersburg. Count now 1-2. So Sasha, the last time he was here, Sasha Kamenjasevic, pitched in the doubleheader against the Train. Went for 3 innings, had 1 K, 2 walks, 3 hits, 2 runs, a wild pitch, 2 hit-by pitches, and a balk. So it was quite a roller coaster for him. The 1-2 drops low, count evens.
Good eye from Felix on that breaking ball. I'm starting to figure out which ones are off speed, which ones are breaking ball, which ones are fastballs.
The 2-2, Felix fouls that one into the stands. Someone's got it. Count remains. I mean, talk about a guy who really knows how to get on base. It's Garrett Felix. And once he's on, he's just always dangerous. So that's why he's in this leadoff spot here. Again, a bit of added pressure as he's moved back into it now that Luke Nowak is out. But like you said, he's been doing well. The 2-2 fouled again.
Job from Felix staying alive.
Yeah, on deck, Warren Holzmer in the hole, DM Jefferson batting cleanup Sean Lane. So the same first 4 that you all saw yesterday. Kamenjasevic, the 2-2, high, full count. Another very talented catcher in this lead, Jacob Friend, is behind the plate for the Aces, one of the Ripken League All-Stars. And we talked about how impressive Schiavone was defensively. Jacob Friend also never passing up the opportunity to get someone out in the infield. And that is ball 4. Garrett Felix gonna walk.
A little bit outside, I guess, for the umpires. Liking. A close call, but Felix on base. Curious to see whether they send him to second. I mean, it's still early.
Yeah, he is speedy, though, so watch him there. Felix now up to, that was walk. He had 36 at the end of the regular season. I think he had 1 or 2 last night, so nearing 40, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Again, like we said, he's so patient, good at getting on base. Kamenjasevic, first pitch to Holzmer, high. It's a beautiful night for baseball.
Yeah,
I will say that.
It is not too hot, and it's not, obviously not cold. It's 83 in Rockville.
Love it. Povich says 79, which is not true, but that's the first time I've seen that messed up thermometer dip below 80 this season. Ball 2, Holzmer showing bunt there. So, I mean, fake it till you make it.
And also, we got a packed house today.
Yes, we do. It's the last home game of the season here. So people showed out.
My gosh, the season went by so quickly.
So quickly, too quickly. I'm sad.
I know.
The 2-0, that third straight ball, Holzmer showing bunt again. Now the count heavily in his favor. Yeah, I'm a bit emotional. I mean, it's just been such a good summer, and I don't want it to end. And hopefully,
well, hopefully we force a game 3.
Yeah. The 3-0 drops in, count 3-1.
Plus, I'm really excited for that intern softball game. That's going to be so fun.
I'm not as excited. I might just watch, to be honest.
You'll call it.
Sure, I'll call it. That I can do. The 3-1, Holzmer lays down the bunt, foul, full count. Yeah, I can call it. It's so funny. People are like, oh, did you play like softball growing up? Like, if you were calling baseball summer? I'm like, no. Not really good with the hand-eye. That's why I swam. But I like watching it. So, yeah, I'll be there to cheer you guys on. Maybe put me on the mound.
You're going to have to talk to Bennett about that.
I know. I know. Full count pitch. That one well hit by Holzmer. Hakopian calling it. And he's got it. That's the first out. DM Jefferson going to come up. Felix still on first.
Good at bat for Holzmer. Just not able to place that ball, where he wanted to. I like that the big train bats are aggressive early. We didn't see that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're fighting, they're getting contact, making Sasha work. And hopefully this guy right here, DM Jefferson, can get going because that'll be huge.
Yeah, DM in this 3 spot, which was Emilian Pitre until yesterday. So big shoes to fill, but like we said, DM has been very successful over the summer. It's just been a bit colder lately. 0-1 to get started. Kamenjasevic, pickoff attempt. Felix safe.
Jefferson, I remember he was picked off at second yesterday.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with when you steal, how far you take the lead.
The 0-1. Friend tried to frame that a bit, but not going to go. Count 1-1. And just saw a comment on the YouTube that it's Garrett's birthday today.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Garrett.
birthday, Garrett. You can't hear us over there on first base, but big happy birthday.
Yeah.
So if we see him after, we'll make sure to say that. But little birthday shout out to you.
Hopefully they can get the win for him.
Yeah. Another pickoff attempt for the birthday boy. Not successful. Oh, my gosh. It's my half birthday.
I stopped keep track. I stopped like
I just
keeping
know
track.
because my sister and I are like exactly 2.5 years apart. So her birthday's in July.
Gotcha.
So I know that like my half birthday falls in her birthday month. Anyways, so Garrett and I, something in 6 months apart. Another pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful. Kamenjasevic doesn't want to pitch to DM right now. Now he'll send in the 1-1. Just in. Count 1-2.
That was a bit high and outside for my liking.
I agree.
Oh. Friends telling him outside.
The 1-2, yeah, way outside there. Good read, Jacob.
Yeah, no, I saw him
Yeah.
put his glove there, and I'm like trying to get him outside. Michigan, it seems like the umpire's favoring towards there.
The 2-2, Felix running, but that one fouled first base side. So count stays the same. But per usual, Felix ready to run.
That's unfortunate that that was chopped foul.
Kamenjasevic, another 2-2 fouled off. So this is a good at-bat here from DM.
Yep.
And that's your cheer, Jacob.
Yep.
How do you feel having that be your legacy at Shirley Povich?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So story about that, about how that came to be. So like I went to a couple of like Penn State baseball games, and one of my good friends, if you've been to Medler Field,
Have not.
yeah, there's like a right field
Fouled off again.
stand. There's
Okay.
like right field stands, and one of my good friends will like go over there, right, like for most of the game, and whenever that came on, he would just yell, "Baseball," and you could like hear it throughout the
That's
entire
awesome.
stadium. Like I heard him in the from the bathroom. Like he was really loud.
That Jacob's referring to is the da-na-na-na charge
Yeah, the charge,
music.
yeah.
So
They just said baseball, and I
Another-
brought it here.
2-2 fouled off. Again, DM. No quit. But yeah, you brought it to Povich, and I remember the first time I heard it, you had told me that story, and so I heard it in the stands from up here, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, like Jacob's cheer. And then it's just become a staple,
Yeah.
a Povich staple.
Shout out Hugh Walton.
So awesome. Gets the people going. I think we need the banana tonight. I think that was part of the problem yesterday,
Yeah.
to be honest. Patrick was not wearing the banana costume, so
He'll probably pull it out tonight
He
if
should.
needed.
if needed. The 2-2 ball. So full count now for DM. And again, just a great read. I've said it once more than once on the broadcast, but the patience and strategy that DM brings to the plate is just very impressive. I would love to talk to a Notre Dame coach or two about this guy because he is just so smart. And whatever they've been teaching him, I just admire a lot. Kamenjasevic, the full count pitch, DM down swinging. So that's 2 outs. Can Sean Lane make something happen here?
Jefferson chasing on some sort of breaking ball, down and away. That's got to be tough. I think it looked like some sort of slider because changed, but that's an unfortunate break.
Yeah.
And Jefferson slumps continue.
So Kamenjasevic has to hit one of the hottest players in this playoff, Sean Lane. First pitch ball. Lane last night, unfortunately, just had 1 hit. Flew out twice, had a walk as well. Had 2 runs, so came home twice, but yeah, not as quite as successful at bat as he was during that Gaithersburg series. Kamenjasevic, the 1-0. Felix running. Harity getting there. Loses the ball. So Felix definitely safe.
Yeah. Boy, if he held on to that ball, Felix would have been out by a mile. So
yeah.
That's a big break for the big train.
That it is. Now a runner in scoring position for Sean Lane. He's ahead 2-0 to Kamenjasevic.
Now Patrick's getting the crowd involved.
Big train chance starting. Again, I think it would be so huge if the train could strike early and strike first. The 2-0. That one popped up in the infield. 3 aces people coming over, but shortstop Tellier going to get there and make the catch. That's out number 3. Still nothing. Train can't make anything happen. When we come back, the aces will be back at the plate. JT Carter leading off in the top of the second. Welcome back. Now batting for the Aces is the designated hitter, JT Carter. On deck, Brendan Harity, second baseman. In the hole, Connor Offshack, third baseman. And then should we see him rounding out their order will be the catcher, Jacob Friend. Clark, first pitch low and away to JT Carter, ball 1. Clark, the 1-0 in for strike 1.
Good pitch.
Clark shakes his head no. Settles on a pitch. The windup. Fires. Bit low there again. Count 2-1. Clark, the 2-1. Fouled. Count evens.
I think it maybe hit the it may have it's probably deflected off of Cobb or something like that, and then it went into fair territory.
Yeah.
Or it bounced off the plate. So.
JT Carter during the regular season had the 3rd highest average on this team, batting .340. Leading them was Tellier with .368. That one high, count full. But the Aces in the regular season had 8 guys above 300. Very impressive. All of them playing tonight except Michael Eze. That one hit right to Holzheimer for the first out.
That explosive power that I've talked about, Warren Holzheimer a lot today. He's that short, gets over to that ball on the broken bat play, and Big Train get their first out of the inning.
We've seen a lot of broken bats in these playoffs, I feel.
Yeah. I think there was like 2 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We had one of those like swinging bat situations. Like, you know the meme where something like just swings into eternity, like da-da-da-da-da.
Oh.
It was like that kind of thing. It just kept going, and Coach Lopez went and picked it up and was like, "Do you want this back?"
Oh. That's right. And then he like
joked
faked.
with him.
Yeah. He like faked to throw it hard.
Yeah. First pitch to Brendan Harity. A bit high. That one in for strike one.
Good pitch. Got him swinging on that pitch, and a 1-1. That's what you want.
Clark, the 1-1. Just misses. Count 2-1. I like that pitch too, but
yeah. From our vantage point, it looked like a high strike.
yeah. Such a different vantage point than I had yesterday in Alexandria. That one swung on.
Another dead ball.
Yeah. So count evens. Yesterday in Alexandria, we were like right behind home plate. Speaker was right next to us. It's not ideal,
Yeah.
but we work with it.
There were some controversial calls.
Yeah, that was tough. You never want to see a close game like that kind of not end because of, but, you know, you never want to see something able to be, like, debated. That just makes it hurt a little more. The 2-2, that one grounded to Felix. He'll toss it over to Lane, and they make it happen. The arm on Garrett Felix. Things you love to see. Jacob, you're speechless.
What a play. Gets over with that, uses his speed of his to get over to that ball. He's literally in foul territory and slings it over to Lane, who had to stretch out a little bit. What a play from Felix. Isn't this like the first time he's played third?
Swing and a miss to get started for Offshack. It might not be the very first, but it actually might be the first.
Yeah.
We've seen him at second, and then we've seen him in right field.
Second's his natural position.
Yeah. The 0-1 fouled back, count 0-2. But, you know, yesterday we saw an incredible play from Garrett Felix in right field where he got the ball to Jason Schiavone. I think they ultimately called the runner safe at home.
No, I think no, they called him out.
Or that was the one that was out?
Yeah.
There was one that was safe that people were upset about. A little controversy. The 0-2, 1-2 now. Anyway, so he did get the ball to Schiavone in time to get the runner, prevent another run from coming home, and that was a very impressive throw. So we know he's got an arm, but just the accuracy on that,
really.
too. Again,
That
Sean
was
Lane had to
impressive.
stretch, but he was right there. The 1-2, 2-2 now. Connor Offshack. Yeah, that was very impressive. I just looked over and saw your face, and you were like, jaw on the floor.
I was not. I thought he would beat that out, but just the way that Felix was able to get that ball, like that was going in foul territory.
Yeah. The 2-2 fouled back.
Oh.
Scoreboard gone.
Yeah, I was about to say the scoreboard. Had that same problem in Alexandria yesterday.
Yeah. Big Train fans were yelling, "There's just one out. The score, it's 0-0."
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was like 2-0, even though it was only 1.
Clark, the 2-2. Did he come around? He did. That's K number 2 for Brandon Clark, and a 1-2-3 inning for the Big Train. Great stuff. When we come back, Bowed on the second, Clay Wargo, the DH, leading off for Bethesda. Now batting for Bethesda is the designated hitter, Clay Wargo. On deck will be Jason Schiavone. In the hole, Colton Hegwood. And then after that, Trey Wingett, should we see him, he'll round out the big train order. What an inning defensively for the big train there. I mean, great stuff from Clark, ends it with a K, but the real highlight was the birthday boy 5-3 put out Garrett Felix to Sean Lane was just pure perfection. Sasha gets started with a strike to Wargo. Sasha Kamenjasevic. The big K, as I've heard they've called him. The 0-1 to Wargo. That one well hit into left field, and it's a base hit for Clay Wargo. First hit of the night for either team. It's Bethesda. I mean, Wargo just continues a great streak of contact hitting late in this season.
Yep, and he placed that ball perfectly. Hopefully, Baylor Cobb can follow it up.
I mean, Cobb, a guy who we've seen have quite a few base hits in these playoffs, had 2 on Tuesday at Gaithersburg, had 1 last night. Can he make something happen here? It's the 3 catchers right now. We've got Wargo on first, Cobb at the plate, Schiavone on deck. Very exciting stuff. Ball to get started.
I thought it hit him. That's the way that ball deflected down.
Yeah, he did have to move a bit. Kamenjasevic, the 1-0, drops in. Count 1-1. I mean, Wargo, that was the second pitch, no?
I believe so.
So, I mean, a very aggressive approach from him, which, again,
yeah, that was the second pitch.
Yeah, really like to see that stuff. Kamenjasevic, the 1-1, swing and a miss for Cobb.
Wow. That was a nasty curveball. Just the way it belted down or broke down. That was nasty.
Kamenjasevic eyeing Wargo. Sends in the 1-2 to Cobb, and he goes down swinging. That's out number 1, K number 2 for Kamenjasevic.
Yeah, Cobb getting fooled on on 2 breaking balls. And now Schiavone, the 3 catchers, complete the streak. Hopefully Schiavone can continue his hot streak. I believe it was 3, 4, 5, I think.
Last night?
Yes.
I can check that. 1, 2.
I believe he was 3 for 5.
Yeah, 3 for 5. First pitch to him, high, ball 1. Jason Schiavone's parents are in the stands, and his grandparents are here. I had the pleasure of talking to them before the game, and it's the first game they've been able to come to all season, so hoping that he can show out for his family. I found that when the guys' families come, they play pretty well. I remember Sean Lane had a great game in Silver Spring the first time his family was able to come. That one just gets in, count 1-1. So hopefully that's a little motivation for
Good
Jason
moral
here.
Support.
Yeah. Kamenjasevic, the 1-1. Ball 2. And, you know, Wargo taking quite a lead there on first. He is a catcher, but quite speedy. And then Schiavone, also a catcher, but very speedy, as we know. Was a shortstop in high school, made the transition to catcher this past year for JMU. Also plays in right field, just what he's playing tonight. Kamenjasevic going to step off.
This would be huge if Big Train can capitalize here.
Yeah. Left 1 runner on in the last inning. Garrett Felix was left on second. The 2-1. In again. Painting that outside corner low.
Yeah. I think Schiavone's like too far into the box from my vantage point. That's probably why he's calling that a strike.
The 2-2. 3-2. Sun is blazing.
Yep, now it is. Have to put on.
It looks like the heavens or something up there. Oh yeah, I would put on my glasses, but they're the Big Train glasses, and I literally can't see anything with those, so I'm not gonna put those on.
It's tough to see like screens.
It's tough to see everything with those. The 3-2, that one well hit, but right to Tellier. Wargo diving back safe. Bit of a close call. But that is out number 2. Can Colton Hegwood make something happen?
Well, Hegwood's a guy that, on defense yesterday, he struggled. Hopefully he can move that aside and knock Wargo in, and also Trey Wingett on deck. Hegwood's a guy that was in and out of the lineup during the latter half of the season.
Kamenjasevic, first pitch. Hegwood hits that one right to Tellier. What a catch from the shortstop. Almost behind the back, he gets it. The train leaves, Clay Wargo stranded. And still scoreless as we'll enter the 3rd inning. Welcome back. We're at the final batter in the Aces order, catcher Jacob Friend. So that means on deck we'll be back at the top with Eddie Hakopian and Adam Tellier, which is quite dangerous. But Brandon Clark had a good top of the 2nd. Can he keep rolling here? Gets started with a ball outside to Jacob Friend.
Yeah, Clark, we were talking about this off air. Clark had a similar start in that outing in D.C., and then he was lights out after. So it might take him a bit to get his footings. Recently, he's looked better finding the zone.
I think he had a 5-batter inning, top of the 1st at D.C. as well, which is what he had here, and then a 1-2-3 in the 2nd in D.C., which is what he had here. And he's doing good right now, ahead 1-2 to Jacob Friend. Again, no hits yet for the Aces. Just one hit on the board. It's the Clay Wargo single. And the 1-2 down swinging goes Jacob Friend. Brandon Clark, K number 3.
There we go. This is the Brandon Clark that we know. Good job finding the zone. And now you got the top of the order to deal with. If you could get these guys out quickly, that would be huge. Hakopian and Tellier. Tellier?
It's Tellier.
Okay.
Yeah. That one high to start to Hakopian. Hakopian did walk in his last at bat. Clark, the 1-0, fouled back. Yeah, I feel like by now I know most of the pronunciations just because I had to say them so many times.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I have this sheet next to me with the Big Train Pronunciation Guide 2022, and to think I didn't know how to pronounce any of these names a couple weeks ago is kind of crazy. A couple months ago, more like it. That one low, count 2-1.
It's like Hegwood, Hedgewood.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I think
Hedgewood.
Originally we were saying Hedgewood. I'm pretty sure we were saying Chavone for the first game. Schulze at one point it was.
Scholes.
That one.
I thought it was just Scholes. Because normally, like, Schultz is spelled like S-C-H.
Yeah, but it's Schultz.
Yeah, it has a T.
Definitely called Marcus Dukes, Marcus Ducks the first time he came in. I can, you can go back and find that if you want, but you don't need to because I just know I did it. The 2-2 fouled. Hakopian's at bat going to continue. Again, taking care of Hakopian here would be huge. You know, you're a fellow Big Ten person. I'm quite excited to watch Eddie Hakopian play some Big Ten baseball in the fall. Or in the spring, excuse me. He's going to be a real force for the Terps. Terps going to be a real force in general.
Well, they'll be cruising by my Nittany Lions.
They'll be cruising by my Northwestern Wildcats as well. The 2-2 dings Hakopian. He'll get up quickly, limping a little, but going to take his base. And Brandon Clark very frustrated with how that at-bat turned out.
That was a good at-bat, too. And Hakopian really limping. I think that hit him, like, right in the knee.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That can't be fun.
I think the trainer's coming out.
Yeah, Ace's staff just going to make sure that Eddie is okay. Now at the plate, the shortstop, Adam Tellier. I mean, Brandon Clark, again, was looking really good there, so that's just an unfortunate way to send a guy.
Probably just lost control of the ball.
Yeah. So now he'll have Tellier and then Dylan Kuntz on deck. Tellier flew out in foul territory. It was caught by Baylor Cobb in his last at-bat. Another great defensive play from the Train tonight. First pitch to Tellier, fouled, third base side.
Another guy that, Tellier 0 for 1 so far today, but you're hoping to just get him out here.
Yeah, we know he can hit. Saw it last night.
Yep.
Clark, the 0-1, swung on and missed. He's ahead 0-2.
Good stuff from Clark. I think you're trying to mess with him a bit.
Yeah. Clark, the 0-2, low for ball one.
Seems like Cobb is getting more comfortable. I know he had a late injury.
The 1-2 from Clark. That one going out to center. Wingett tracking over. Can't make the catch. It'll hit the wall. Hakopian going to round to third. Going to push all the way home. Cobb has the ball, loses it. So Hakopian safe, and that's the first run on the board. Adam Tellier going to advance to third. And the Aces take the early 1-0 lead.
Seems like Trey Wingett maybe lost sight of the ball, thought it was going out. The ball is at the wall like that. It can be hard. Not sure how much room he had out there, but Adam Tellier with a big triple, and now the Aces have the lead.
That they do. Still just one out on the board. Adam Tellier on third. Dylan Kuntz now at the plate, who did go down swinging in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss to get started there. That one low. Cobb going to try and pick off Tellier, but he's back safely.
Interesting decision there. There's one out. I'm going to keep that in mind. Good thing that didn't result in another run if that ball was overthrown.
The 1-1. 2-1. 2-1 into Kuntz low, so count 3-1 now, and Clark struggling to find the zone again.
Yeah. That hit by a pitch maybe shaked his confidence a bit, or ability to find the zone. He's doing well.
The 3-1 in. Full count. Good fight from Brandon Clark.
That was a really good pitch.
Clark, the full count pitch. That one grounded to Hegwood. He's going to go for the out at home, and they get him. Tellier out. So Kuntz going to reach on the fielder's choice, but a great play from the Big Train infield. Protect another run from coming home.
Great awareness from Hegwood. Maybe a bit of a risky play considering there was no force out. But thank goodness Cobb held onto that ball, or else it would have been safe. It was close, but boy, oh boy.
They risked it.
That was huge.
They risked it for the biscuit. They seriously did, Colton Hegwood.
And it's a playoff, so you got to make anything, do anything. Oh, looks like the Aces dugouts.
They're going to tell the Aces dugout to pipe down a bit. So Cobb just perfectly placed there. It was a close call, too. Tellier's speedy. He's the shortstop, very athletic, comes home. He's coming home, guns a-blazing, but a huge out there. So now Kuntz on first, reaching on that fielder's choice, but no runners in scoring position. Clark gets started to C.J. Boyd with a strike.
Good frame from Cobb. It was outside, and they brought it in. Umpire fell for it. Now 0-1.
The 0-1 to Boyd. Count 1-1. Clark fires. That one fouled back. Ahead now again. 1-2 to C.J. Boyd.
Be huge if they could get out here. Big Train has some momentum after that out at home.
The 1-2 fouled again.
That ball hit just barely the top of the bat.
Yeah. Clark again still searching for that third out. The 1-2 wild. Kuntz going to advance at a scoring position. Count 2-2 now.
Yeah, not sure what happened there on that pitch. I'm still 2-2. Still got a lot to work with.
Yeah, not the end of the world. That one flying out to right center field. Schiavone coming in and making the catch for the third out. Great communication there between Wingett and Schiavone. The Big Train defense back up Brandon Clark, and one run does come home for the Aces, but that is all. So the Big Train bats will have to make something happen when we come back. Trey Wingett leading off. Welcome back. Leading off for the train here in the bottom of the third is Trey Wingett. 1 run on the board for the Aces. An RBI double from Adam Tellier brought home Eddie Hakopian. First pitch, a strike from Kamenjasevic. One now. Wingett leading off here, then we'll be back to the top of the order with Garrett Felix and Warren Holzheimer. Kamenjasevic, the 1-1, swung on and missed.
Wingett on the season in these playoffs, I think that's what point you say, 1 for 5.
The 1-2, well hit down center. Tellier scoops it up. Wingett can't beat the throw. 6-3 put out for the first out.
Good at bat though for Wingett. I thought that ball had a chance to just squeak down into center, but good job from Tellier to get over there and throw him out. And now we have the top of the order.
Yeah, Garrett Felix coming up to the plate now for the big train. First pitch ball.
That was so cool the way Jacob Friend, like, he caught the ball in his glove and then he, like, put it behind his back. And just saying, I thought that was really smooth.
The 1-0 high. Ball 2.
Oh.
Felix did walk in his last at bat. That one goes wild past Friend. Count 3-0 heavily in Felix's favor.
Now you're probably not swinging.
No. The 3-0. Felix is swinging. It'll go down right field for a base hit. I think he heard you, Jacob.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I wasn't going to say unless it's something you really like, but. Well, there's another birthday present for Garrett.
A present for us, honestly. He's so generous on his birthday, giving us that base hit. So Felix on first, second hit of the day for the train. Warren Holzheimer going to come up.
That was really funny.
I know. Just when you think. First pitch in the zone to Holzheimer.
The scoreboard said ball. That was a strike.
It was a strike. That's a ball, so
yeah.
Count 1-1 now.
Oh.
Just signaled that, so we're going to trust ourselves here.
I think they're going to fix it. There we go.
Kamenjasevic, the 1-1. In 1-2 now.
Holzheimer didn't like that call.
No. The 1-2. That one well hit into left center field. Gonna drop by the warning track. Garrett Felix rounding all the way to third. Coach G gonna hold him, but it's a double for Warren Holzheimer. These big train bats starting to heat up.
Yep, and now Felix a tying run at third, and there's only one out. Huge, huge play from Warren Holzheimer. That's exactly what the doctor ordered here. And now DM Jefferson, if there's a time for him to get out of his slump, it's right now.
That it is. But again, Garrett Felix on third is not a situation any team wants. Kamenjasevic going to have to be extra careful because Coach D's not afraid to send Garrett Felix right here on anything that looks plausible.
Smart on him to hold him.
Yeah. Agreed. Felix speedy, but not necessarily that speedy.
If it was like the end of the game, then
Yeah.
you send him no matter what.
But 2 runners on. Good opportunity, like you said, for DM to make something happen. First pitch to Jefferson, ball.
That fighting Irish luck. Now is the time.
You ever seen that movie Luck of the Irish on Disney Channel? It was
I haven't.
one of those Disney Channel original movies. Pretty good. It's about a basketball player who becomes a leprechaun.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so random. The 1-0. Again, low outside. Count 2-0.
I've seen parts of Rudy, which is a famous like Notre Dame movie.
Okay. No, I don't think Luck of the Irish is not about Notre Dame. It's just called that because it's about a guy who becomes a leprechaun. I think he's a high schooler, as is are most characters in Disney Channel movies. But anyways, the 2-0. Did DM hold back? He did. Count 3-0. Good read there from him.
Yeah. All right, so I'll say this again. 3-0, you're not swinging it unless you really, really, really like something.
True. Last time, Garrett liked something. Will DM. Kamenjasevic settling. Fires the 3-0, and that one in. Count 3-1. The 3-1. High. DM going to take his base, a walk. It'll load the bases for who else but Sean Lane.
Yeah. Does any... Yeah. Let's hope he has his home run bat.
So now Felix still on third, Holzmer still on second, DM Jefferson on first, Sean Lane coming up to the plate, and just one out for the big train. On deck, should we see him, will be Clay Wargo.
If you could get this in the outfield somehow, even if it is a sac fly.
Yeah. Again, just want to get something on the board. 1-0 now for Lane.
Aces are on their heels right now.
Kamenjasevic, the 1-0. That one popped up in foul territory. First baseman making the catch. Good read there from Cade Sullivan. So Sean Lane going to head back to the dugout. And now 2 outs, bases still loaded, lots of pressure for Clay Wargo.
That is not what you wanted. That was a tough break. Hopefully Wargo can go 2 for 2 here.
Would be huge. He did have that perfectly placed single in the left field. The last time he was at the plate, it was the first hit of the game. Train do not want to lose out on this bases loaded opportunity. But they like some 2-out pressure. I will say that much.
They scored most of their runs in the 7th when there was 2 outs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It happened yesterday. It's happened multiple times this season.
Crowd getting involved in it.
It's playoffs. First pitch to Wargo, swing and a miss. Kamenjasevic, the 0-1, off, ball 1.
Good eye from Wargo.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1 swung on and missed again. Kamenjasevic ahead now, 1-2. Pressure on for real this time.
There's no guarantee you got a base-loaded situation like this again, but we'll see.
Kamenjasevic, the 1-2, and down swinging goes Clay Wargo. So the big train leave the bases loaded. The Aces get themselves out of a huge jam, still lead 1-0 as we enter the fourth. Welcome back. Leading off here for the Aces is first baseman, Cade Sullivan. Then it'll be JT Carter, the DH, and then Brendan Harity. Second baseman, Clark gets started in the zone to Sullivan.
Another good frame from Baylor Cobb.
I think there was a ball loose on the field, but Clay picked it up. So play will resume. That one in again. Clark ahead 0-2.
Yeah, another good pitch from Clark. Keep it
I
up.
mean, Brandon Clark looks great tonight. And the 0-2 to Sullivan, in and down looking goes Cade Sullivan. K number 4 for Clark.
This is the Brandon Clark that we saw in DC. What a pitch.
Yeah, seriously. Like we said, it's just going to take a little bit of time to warm up. So JT Carter coming up now. Last time flew out to Holzmer. First pitch to Carter, high. Is that 3 straight strikes to Sullivan?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. 2-0 just to Carter.
Yes, it was.
Okay, Brandon Clark. I see you. The 2-0 swung on and missed. Count 2-1. On
2 called strikes. Ooh.
The 2-1 to Carter. 3-1. That one low. The 3-1, that one going out to Colton Hegwood. He's got it. That's back-to-back outs.
Good job from Hegwood to get back and realizing that probably Jason Schifoni wasn't going to get there in time.
Yeah, good communication from them. Hegwood tracking that perfectly. Brendan Harity going to try and make something happen for his team. Last at bat was the grounder to Felix that was just perfectly thrown over to Sean Lane. First pitch to Harity, high, past Cobb. Count 1-0. Clark, the 1-0. That one grounded to Felix. He's got it over to Lane. And another 5-3 put out will take care of Brendan Harity. And a 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Clark in the big train. Great stuff. Now they just got to make something happen on offense, Jacob.
Yep, and Garrett Felix, what a game at third. Another put out. Another time where he had to scoot over, and he's had himself one heck of a game.
Yeah, happy birthday, Garrett. Once again, you're playing like it's your birthday, and we love to see it. When we come back, Baylor Cobb leading off. Bottom of the fourth, leading off for the big train is Baylor Cobb. When we see him, it's usually pretty good, especially in these playoffs.
Yeah.
So
3 for 9.
Yeah. All base hits, really good stuff. That one looks like it almost hit him.
Thought it did hit him.
I thought it might have, but apparently it didn't. Ball nonetheless to get started from Kamenjasevic. On deck, Jason Stravoni, and then Colton Hegwood up after that. Bottom of the train order here. Kamenjasevic, the 1-0 in. Count 1-1.
I think that was like going towards Cobb, and then it sunk in the zone.
The 1-1, that one grounded to left field, and it's a base hit for Bayco.
Opposite field grounder. You love to see it, especially, they're he's a lefty, so you shift over more to the right. He hits that in the opposite field, and
yeah,
Schiavone has something to work with.
A great way to get started here. Leadoff hitter with a single and a little mound visit for Kamenjasevic. I mean, the big train bats have 4 hits to the Aces 1. It's just a matter of capitalizing on that. Again, train left the bases loaded in the bottom of the third.
It's like Sasha's night is done.
Yeah, Kamenjasevic's day is done, so they'll bring out a new pitcher. We'll take a quick break as the new Aces pitcher warms up. When we come back, it'll be Jason Schiavone at the plate. Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Aces is Josh Berenbaum. This season he pitched 14 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 9 runs, all of those earned, 12 walks, 11 Ks for an ERA of 5.52. Gets started with a ball to Jason Schiavone. And again, Baylor Cobb on first after a single that came from Kamenjacevic. Kamenjacevic finishes the day with 3 innings pitched, 3 Ks, 2 walks, 4 hits, no runs.
Schiavone finishing out the catcher carousel.
Yes. 2-0.
But Schiavone playing it right today.
Berenbaum, the 2-0. That one popped up. Left fielder Boyd calling it, makes the catch.
Yeah, that was a loud sound, but he got under it a lot. And that's 1 out. Hopefully Hegwood can capitalize here.
Yeah, Colton Hegwood coming up. 1 Louisiana Tech boy on base, 1 at bat. Can he make something happen for his college teammate here? Sky is beautiful.
Yeah.
Just had to comment on it.
It's a beautiful time for Colton Hegwood to get on base now.
First pitch pop foul. Berenbaum, the 0-1 swung on and missed. 0-2 now to Hegwood.
Hegwood getting kind of buckled on that pitch. I don't know how he bats without batting gloves, especially with the wood bat. My goodness.
I mean, we saw Jason do it for a while. He was a little superstitious about that. But, yeah, I can't imagine. I think Warren bats with 1 or someone. The 0-2 and down swinging goes Hegwood. So that's 2 outs, a 3-pitch strikeout for Berenbaum.
Yep, not a good pitch to swing at for Hegwood. Now Wingate will come up.
Yeah, bottom of the order, very bottom of the order with Trey Wingate. 2 outs on the board, but should Trey make something happen, we would see Garrett Felix on the top of the order again. Wingate, a 6-3 ground out in his last at bat. Berenbaum, first pitch in. The 0-1 drops in again, ahead now 0-2 to Wingate.
Thought that was a little bit inside. That was a good take from Wingate.
That one fouled back. If you want it. The 0-2. Wingate fouls that one off again, just enough contact to stay alive.
Hopefully Wingate can get a good pitch to swing at.
Berenbaum, the 0-2 again, fouled off. Trey extending this at bat. Baseball cheer going. The 0-2, and Wingett goes down swinging. So Baylor Cobb going to be left stranded. Back-to-back Ks for Josh Berenbaum to end the bottom of the fourth. The Big Train still down 1-0 as we enter the fifth. Welcome back. Top of the fifth, and a pitching change for the Bethesda Big Train. Braden Jones now on the mound. Jones gets started with a ball to Connor Offshack, but a great outing for Brandon Clark. 4 innings pitched, 4 Ks, 2 walks, a hit, and a run. 1 hit by pitch as well. 2-0 for Jones to Offshack.
Hopefully Jones can follow that. Hopefully he can find his first half form.
2-0 fouled off. Yeah, I mean, Jones, one of the Big Train's aces, usually in that starting rotation, but is the playoffs. There's only so many games left, so going to give it everything we've got, bringing him out here in relief for Clark. The 2-1 low, count 3-1. Did the bat come around? No. The 3-1 pop foul. Good stuff here from Braden. Full count for Connor Offshack.
Hopefully you can get this guy out, really set the tone for the rest of this half inning, especially for Jones.
The 3-2, and down swinging goes Connor Offshack. He's now 0 for 2 on the day, both strikeouts. Good stuff to start for Braden Jones.
Really good stuff from Jones. Hopefully he can keep this going for however long he's planned to go, and like you said, a good start for him.
Jacob Friend coming up now. He also struck out in his last at bat. First pitch to Friend, fouled back. Braden Jones usually sticks to the country for his pitching music, but today went with Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
So he's fired up. The 0-1 low.
His walkout music?
Walkout music, yeah.
No, it was
he requested Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
And that's what they played.
Okay.
The 1-1 grounded to Felix. He picks it up but falls over and will not be able to make the throw in time. Jacob Friend going to reach first.
Like Felix just lost his footing there. Would have easily thrown him out. Not sure how they would score that.
It's a single. Eddie Hakopian now top of the aces order, which, as we know, is very dangerous. So Braden Jones, tough task ahead with Hakopian and then Tellier on deck. First pitch to Hakopian. And Cobb going to attempt to pick off Friend. He says, why'd you even try?
Yeah.
I think those two, both catchers, have a good rapport. I saw them kind of joking around with each other yesterday in Alexandria, so it's all fun. The 1-0.
I thought it was
2-0.
No, it's 1-1. That first pitch was a strike.
Oh.
Yeah.
1-1, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I thought the first pitch was a strike, and there we go.
The 1-1, well hit by Hakopian, straight into center field. Going to be a base hit for him. Jacob Friend going to advance into scoring position. Eddie Hakopian, first hit of the day for him.
And now you're really, really in a tough situation. Adam Tellier, the guy who hit the home run yesterday with 2 runners on, and still only 1 out. But any base is an option because of the force out. And hopefully the big train can convert.
So, yeah, Jones facing Tellier now. Friend on second, Hakopian on first. 1 out on the board. Jones fires. That one fouled toward the Aces dugout. Tellier definitely aggressive.
And you want to be aggressive, especially with 1 out.
Jones, the 0-1. Cobb tried his best to frame that. 1-1 now. Jones, the 1-1, fouled again.
They catch Tellier here. That'd be huge.
Yeah, that would be a huge out, especially with 2 runners on. The 1-2, and down swinging goes Adam Tellier. Second K for Braden Jones, and a huge one there, Jacob.
Yeah, and I am very surprised he swung at that because that pitch was really high. But, yeah, like you said, a huge out for Braden Jones, and hopefully the Aces can leave their runner stranded.
Yeah, Dylan Kuntz coming to the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat and then reached on a fielder's choice when Tellier was caught trying to come home. Get started fouling that one back for strike 1. Jones, the 0-1, swung on and missed.
Fantastic fastball.
Braden Jones just a strike away from leaving these 2 runners on. Readies. Fires the 0-2 low. Cobb was ready with that one, but runner's going to hold.
Good idea not to throw that.
Yeah. Jones, the 1-2 to Kuntz, and down looking goes Dylan Kuntz, and you can see with that celebration, Braden Jones is very happy about that. Ends the 5th with 2 Ks, back-to-back Ks, 3 total. and leaves 2 runners stranded. Pretty exciting stuff. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th. Back to the top of the train order with Garrett Felix. Still on the mound for the Aces is Josh Barenbaum. I'm still Allie Navarrete, but a new guest with me on color, Aaron Simon, one of our fantastic operations interns. Aaron, you've been interning with the train, or volunteering interning for 5 years now, but you've never been on the broadcast.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Very exciting. Barenbaum, first pitch to Felix. That one hit out to left field. Tracking back is Boyd, and he makes the catch. First pitch, 1 out for the Aces. Unfortunate there for Garrett. Aaron, did you know it's Garrett's birthday?
No, it's also your half birthday.
It's also my half birthday. Yes, it is. So lots of celebrations here. Real birthday is more important, though. So
Hopefully we can celebrate a win.
this is true. Warren Holzmer at the plate now had a outstanding double in his last plate appearance. First pitch to him drops in for strike 1. Aaron, how's the atmosphere down there?
It's been better.
Okay. People are on edge. It is close. Holzmer hits that one to second baseman Harity. He can't pick it up, but he gets the throw over to Sullivan in time. That's back-to-back outs. Almost a sticky situation there for the Aces, but they make it happen. But yeah, it's a packed house, lots of Big Train fans here, but I'd assume also lots of Aces fans?
Yeah.
Yeah. So DM going to come up with 2 outs. Can he make something happen? Barenbaum, first pitch to Jefferson. A ball. Friend can't get his glove on that either. Barenbaum, the 1-0, swung fouled back. DM today, strike out and a walk.
He's got power. He could easily tie this up.
Yeah, we have seen DM hit 2 triples, 2 home runs this season. Unfortunately, lately has just been a bit cold. The 1-1 chopped to the shortstop, Tellier. Will he get it over to Sullivan in time? He won't. Sullivan loses the ball, so DM safe, and the big train stay alive. Sean Lane going to come out, talk about a guy who's got power.
Yeah, he's been hot recently.
So Point Streak telling me that's an error on Tellier. Is how DM reached. So not going to go in as a hit, but nevertheless he's on base. Barenbaum starts with a strike to Lane. Barenbaum, the 0-1. Friend going to try and get DM, but he's safe. But I wouldn't have been surprised. It's a close call, and we've seen Jacob Friend do that before.
And DM did get thrown out yesterday.
Yeah.
On the base path.
Still 1-1 to Lane now. The 1-1 comes in. Ball 2. Friend again ready to throw. Looking to support Barenbaum any way he can. Barenbaum going to try and pick off Jefferson. The throw goes wild. So Jefferson going to advance to second, and now he's in scoring position. So, I mean, pickoff attempts are good, but not when that happens.
Yeah.
Two-one count to Sean Lane. DM on second. 2 outs, though, for Bethesda. Barenbaum sends in the 2-1. Sean Lane swing and a miss.
Swinging for the fences.
Barenbaum, the 2-2 low, count full. So, Aaron, every year you've been here, the Big Train have won the championship, no?
I don't remember what year it was, but we co-champed with the Baltimore Redbirds one year.
Okay. I think it was 2018.
2018, yeah.
I think I've seen that on the trophy in the back. Barenbaum going to step off. But like you said the atmosphere down there has been better. It's a bit stressful here tonight. I mean, it's do or die for the Train.
We've been here before. We've won Tacoma 2019. We were down.
Full count becomes a walk, so Sean Lane going to take his base. But yeah, you were saying 2019?
2019, I think. We're down, lost the first game against the T-Bolts, and had to win do or die in Tacoma Park, and we were able to do that. So we've done it before recently.
Hoping we can do it again. 2 runners on now. Barenbaum first pitch to Wargo. Great pitch there. Count 0-1. So Jefferson still on second. Now Sean Lane on first. The Thunderbolts were in the championship that year.
Yep.
This, unfortunately, was not their year. They missed the playoffs. The Aces joined the league, I believe, in 2008, have not won a championship since joining. So if they win here tonight, it would be the first one in program history. The 0-1 fouled off. 0-2 now for Clay Wargo. Meanwhile, the Big Train, 5-time consecutive Cal Ripken League champions. Like you said, one of those years co-champions, but nevertheless champs. So this would break a long streak for the team. Baron-Baum, the 0-2, pitch wild, and runners will advance. Suddenly a bit more to work with for Clay Wargo. So DM on third, Sean on second. Clay Wargo a 1-2 count. The Big Train pitching has been really good tonight, but the bats have been struggling to make something happen, leaving many runners stranded. At least one per inning. The 1-2 bounces in the dirt. DM gonna make his way back to third and not run. Good decision there. Count 2-2. So the Train left one runner stranded in the first, one in the second, left the bases loaded in the third, and then one runner in the fourth. So that has been the biggest struggle for them today. Baron-Baum, the 2-2 to Wargo. That one well hit into center field, and it's an RBI single. DM Jefferson comes home, and this game is tied. What a hit for Clay Wargo, Aaron.
That was a solid hit right up the middle.
I mean, that's what you need. The Big Train bats had been good. They're beating the Aces hitting-wise. It's just been a matter of coming home, and finally it gets done. Runners in the corners still. Wargo on first. Sean Lane advances to third. Baylor Cobb coming up.
Baylor is a guy you would want in this situation. He's got power. He can hit.
That he can. A little mound visit for Baron-Baum, unsurprisingly. This game is now tied. Yeah, Baylor does have some serious power. But talk about Clay Wargo. I mean, he's just been so clutch lately. In the Gaithersburg game on Monday, the Gaithersburg game on Monday, the Train was down. He had a single that brought home 2 runs to, I think, tie the game at 10-10. That was a high-scoring game. And here he ties the game 1-1. Great stuff from him. And we've talked about it before, but the Big Train love to come up clutch in a little 2-out situation.
2-out magic.
Yes. So Baron-Baum going to continue. Aces don't want to throw in another arm just yet. Can't believe it's already the last home game of the season.
Time flies fast.
Seriously, when you're having fun.
Yep.
Some Let's Go Baylor chants starting in the Big Train crowd. Baron-Baum, first pitch. Baylor Cobb smacks that one into center field. Hakopian tracking it, but it's going to drop at the warning track. Sean Lane going to come home. Clay Wargo going to hold.
Covering at second.
No one covering at second, so it's an RBI double for Baylor Cobb. And Aaron, look at that celebration.
Almost got tagged out, and luckily he was on the base.
I mean, you said it. If you want someone in this situation, it's Baylor Cobb. And Aaron, I think you predicted the future. So Sean Lane comes home. That's another run on the board for the Train. Clay Wargo on first, Baylor Cobb on second, and Jason Schiavone coming up. So we've got all 3 catchers on the field right now. And the Big Train, for the first time in this series, have a lead. First pitch to Schiavone, ball. Aaron, I think you're good luck. The 1-0 in, 1-1 now to Schiavone. Big train chance starting. The 1-1. Schiavone came around, 1-2. Have you tried the Schiavone dog?
Yeah,
It's
really
good, right? I know.
You would not think it would.
You would not
be good.
think. Not at all. I spoke to his family before the game, had the pleasure of meeting them. They were super nice, and I told them, I was like, you got to get your son's hot dog because it's actually really good. The 1-2 low, count evens. Barenbaum, the 2-2 to Schiavone. Ball 3, full count. Barenbaum going to step
are
off.
Not happy about that.
No,
call.
they are not. I must say the tension between these two teams is pretty high.
They are our rivals.
True. Full count pitch. And down looking goes Schiavone. He is not happy about that call, but Barenbaum finally gets himself out of the 5th inning. But the Big Train take the lead 2-1. Aaron, thank you so much for joining me. You don't need to do that.
Right.
Was it fun, first broadcast?
Yeah, it was great.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Of course. When we come back, new person on color, but I'll still be here, top of the 6th.
Back.
Welcome back. Top of the 6th, Braden Jones back on the mound, and what an exciting bottom of the 6th for the Big Train. For the first time in this series against the Aces, they are in the lead. But CJ Boyd has something to say about it. Starts with a base hit to left field. With me now is our wonderful GM, Michael Michaud. Michael, how's the atmosphere down there?
It's great. We have almost a packed house tonight, which we weren't expecting considering we didn't know when this game would be played until like Thursday morning.
True.
So people have packed the house. It's great. A lot of Aces fans, you know, not ideal, but what are you going to do? You like the rivalry.
Yeah.
And now we have a great game, so this is awesome.
Totally. First pitch, a ball low to now Cade Sullivan, the first baseman at the plate for the Aces.
I almost forgot I was on scorebug duty here.
Mm-hmm.
After admonishing others for maybe making mistakes, that's can't
Sometimes
do that.
you forget. Honestly, I've forgotten at points too. So.
Well, this room is so gosh darn hot. My brain is
Oh,
already
yeah,
melting, and I've
it
only
is.
been here for 120 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I will miss this job a lot. This room, not so much.
To get one of those portable AC units.
Well, I have this fan, I have that fan, I have this fan. It's just nothing works.
I don't feel anything.
No, there's literally nothing. There's no help. The 1-0 drops nicely. Count 1-1 now.
Yeah, that inning, you know, one thing that happened in game one, the Aces took advantage of a lot of Big Train miscues, and the Aces had plenty of miscues in that game, but they just didn't come at the right time for the Big Train, and they took advantage in that bottom of the fifth.
Yeah. The 1-1
Didn't go.
didn't go. Did not come around, so another ball for Sullivan. Count 2-1. Yeah, finally. I mean, we were talking about it. The Big Train were really struggling, leaving runners stranded, left at least one per inning. The bottom of the third left the bases loaded, and finally were able to make something happen. The 2-1, 3-1.
That was a strike on the Big Train. I'm not here to be a homer, but, you know, I was kind of sitting up in the press box the last half inning. That was a strike to Jason Schiavone right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. They're only human
Yes.
or something.
Another pickoff attempt. Safe is Boyd. We've seen Braden Jones do that successfully before. I think the last time was in Alexandria.
If that throw had been down lower, he might have been out because he was leaning.
Yeah.
And I would expect that he's going on one of these next two pitches. Oh,
3-1, picked off again. Oh. They'll call him safe, but that was even closer.
Boyd, a man after my own heart. I didn't like sliding back into first either, but I didn't take leads as big as his and get caught leaning.
Jones, the 3-1, and that will be ball 4. So Sullivan going to take his base on the walk. Boyd going to advance to second. JT Carter coming up.
Man, this is something you just can't do. You take your first lead of the series, and you know, I'm not saying this is Braden Jones' fault. This is, you know, a team effort thing,
Yeah.
but you really got to have a shutdown inning to try and like move on, keep the momentum rolling in your direction.
First pitch to Carter, low for ball 1. Carter 0 for 2 today. Has flown out to the infield twice. Once to Warren Holzmer at short, once to Colton Hegwood at second.
Jones got to find the strike zone quickly here.
Yeah. The 1-0. There, he finds it. Count 1-1.
Thing about this Aces lineup, Jacob and Ian wrote about in their preview. It is a deep lineup.
Yeah.
They have a lot of guys who are hitting over 300. They score a lot of runs, and it's tough to pitch through.
This is true. The 1-1. That one hit to Hegwood, and he's got it. Third time today. JT Carter has flown out that way. Second time to Hegwood, and that's the first out.
Looks like it got jammed, to be honest. Was a 1-1 pitch. Jones came back with a fastball, jammed him, and that one popped out to Holzmer. To Hegwood at second. I don't know if that was an infield fly. I don't think it was high enough to be an infield fly.
Yeah.
I didn't see the ump signal it, but one out now. That was a big out there for Braden Jones.
That it was. Brendan Harity at the plate now. He has also 0 for 2. That one he hits to Holzmer. Holzmer's got it. The out at second and the out at first. No. So Harity going to be safe at first, but they do get Sullivan in the center. So now runners in the corners for the Aces. 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, that was a great play by Warren Holzmer. When he had a runner in front of him that kind of screened him, basically, and he stuck with it. The ball took kind of a weird hop back towards the bag. It was a nice play, a nice flip. You know what's interesting is I haven't seen that many double plays turned on the infield this year.
No.
So, that was Harity's pretty quick, so I didn't think that was possible. Ooh.
Another pickoff attempt, but safe diving back is Harity. Yeah, I think we saw a couple in D.C. When Brandon Clark was on the mound the last time.
On the turf.
Oh, on the
turf.
turf.
On the turf. See,
yeah,
the ball
you're
moves
right,
a little
you're right.
faster.
Totally forgot they have turf. That pitch in.
Well, we know at Silver Spring, their infield grass is like the rough at the U.S. Open. It's like up to your ankles. And then the grass in Gaithersburg is pretty long, so that just slows the ball down and makes it hard.
Yeah.
Braden Jones is really committed to this
I
bit.
know.
It's like a comedic bit that you just really want to work, and you're going to keep doing until you get a laugh from the audience. He's going to keep trying. He's a funny guy, too. It could work.
He is a funny guy. The 1-0 in the zone now to off Shack, count 1-1.
You know, during the season when I came in here, I tried to be like oh, let's pretend we're national broadcasters and like kind of neutral, but now it's the playoffs. That's not happening.
It's not happening.
I'm just openly rooting from the press box, which is in general a no-no.
Another pickoff attempt, but I mean, I haven't even looked at it really during the season. I mean, we work for this organization.
No, I mean you're a home broadcaster. Yeah.
You're obviously gonna be real with the people and let them know when the train's struggling a bit. That one in the dirt, protected though by Cobb.
Yeah, I that's true. I try and like play the level head a little.
Yeah.
Like last night, we appreciated all the fans who came out, but when that umpire made an unfortunate call in the 9th inning, everyone lost their minds, which I thought was unnecessary. But
sometimes you just got to take it. But yeah, the 2-1 swung on and missed. Count 2-2. Offshack has gone down swinging in both his at bats today. Once to Clark, once to Jones.
A couple weeks ago in our last regular season trip to Gaithersburg, Braden was talking about how he had learned how to throw kind of a riding fastball. It doesn't rise, but it kind of stays at that level, and that looked like one of those. The
2-2 fouled off. Harity was ready to run.
I was talking with him and Merritt Beaker. They the rule is you have to be in uniform to be in the bullpen or the dugout, and they had to loan their pants.
Sitting with us.
They were technically suspended because they had to loan their pants to other players, and they were both talking about pitches they had developed, Braden at Ole Miss and Merritt at ECU, and it was just interesting listening to that conversation about how to develop like different pitches and how they worked on it with their coaches.
Jones, the 2-2 Offshack fouls that back.
I was coming right for us, Allie.
Yeah. Have not had a
got those swimmer hands.
Yeah, I was saying. Jacob was up here earlier, and he was like, "Are you ready for the intern softball game?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "You can call it." I was like, "Sure, that I can do."
Yeah, let's get some play-by-play of the intern softball.
We can get that for you guys on the YouTube. Drop it in the comments if you'd like to see it.
Yeah,
let us know. The 2-2 to Offshack. That one well hit to right field. Coming in is Schiavone, but it'll drop. So a run will come home for the Aces, and this game is once again tied.
Right field is not Jason Schiavone's primary position.
No.
He's played it a lot this year. That's one of those soft liners. Listen, it's really easy for us to say up in the press box, but like that ball is so soft and on that trajectory, even if you dive and miss it, it's not like a line drive where it kicks past you and goes to the fence. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's very easy for me to say this from the press box that you'd like to see him leave his feet there, but you know, that was just the tying run. Maybe if it had been the go-ahead run, you go for it and you protect you keep the go-ahead run at second. But tough play, tough position to be in.
Yeah. Jones first pitch low to Friend at the bottom of the order here. So now Harity on second, Offshack on first after that RBI single.
Offshack did a number on the Braves in the semifinals, so he's trying to figure that out after one game off, I guess, in Alexandria.
2-0 now to Jacob Friend.
Braden's always so relaxed. You wonder if it's even possible for him to get rattled. But I think it's possible for anyone to get rattled.
Yeah.
And, giving up soft contact like that, you just hope that it's an out, but baseball's a weird game.
The 2-0 well hit foul, though, luckily.
That was roped down the right field line. That would have been
was
2 runs into the corner likely if it had gotten down, but was pretty foul by about 15 or 20 feet.
Yeah.
Jason just flipped it to the Aces bullpen. That's nice. You'll love to see it. These two teams don't really like each other.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, the spirit in this playoff series has been better than the regular season. Like, I think last night, a lot of the Aces players were talking to the guys after being like, hey, we're really sorry about that call, like, whatever. And I saw Jacob and Baylor two catchers kind of chirping at each other, but in a fun way. The 2-1. Chop to Hegwood, scoops it up, and the out at first. A little 4-3 action will end it, but the Aces do tie it up. So it'll be 2-2 as we enter the bottom of the 6th.
All right.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th, Colton Hegwood leading off for the Big Train, and a new pitcher coming in for Josh Berenbaum. It's now Joe Shapiro on the mound for the Aces. Berenbaum finishes with 2 innings pitched, 2 Ks, a walk, 2 hits, 2 runs, and a wild pitch.
Which was critical.
Yes. So true.
Shapiro, I have some cousins with the last name Shapiro. I don't think we're related, though. That is some
nice
expert analysis coming at you. Back to a tie game. Remember, must win for the Big Train to keep the season alive.
Yes. First pitch to Hegwood, popped up in foul territory. Sullivan coming over, so his friend Sullivan makes the catch.
Oh,
1 pitch, 1 out.
Collide there.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's frustrating.
Yes, it is. Shapiro this season, 11 and a third pitch, 15 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned, 7 walks, 8 Ks,
Ooh.
ERA of 7.94. So not the best stat line. This was regular season for him.
Yeah, I feel like you got to see a pitch there.
Let's see how he's done in these playoffs.
I mean, listen, I don't know how much matchups these coaches play, but Bursett brought this guy in to face 3 lefties in a row.
Yeah.
And 4 of the first 5 hitters he would face would be lefties in this situation because Jefferson is hitting third. So it's 8-9-1. And then Holzimer, it's 2, and Jefferson 3.
First pitch to Wingett.
Second pitch.
Second pitch, excuse me, count 2-0. Shapiro has not appeared in the playoffs yet. He's fresh.
Well, he's fresh, and who knows what could happen now. Anything.
Anything. The 2-0 to Wingett, way high.
As my favorite broadcaster, John Sterling, likes to tell his counterpart, Susan Waldman, you can't predict baseball, Susan.
This is true.
I think that's true about most things in life, but
especially baseball.
Especially baseball.
The 3-0, and that's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Wingett, and we're back to the top of the order.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Not necessarily ideal for the Aces, but pretty good for the Train. Garrett Felix going to come up. And you're my third color person, so I've told everyone. Do you know it's Garrett's birthday?
Oh, I know.
I didn't know.
Oh, well, they announced it during the first pitches.
Oh, well,
when
I
they
was
also
like
honored
probably
me, and
busy.
you were busy. You were with the women of Povich back there, sniggering about whatever. So I don't want to hear that.
True. 1-0 to get started to Felix. You caught me there.
Yeah, because I walked out from the first pitch ceremony and saw all 3 of you.
The women of Povich. Shout out to my fellow women of Povich. Paige,
No,
Noah,
they've all been great. They've been great. And Anna.
And Anna, our lovely photographer. The 1-0.
Strike.
Yeah, in.
Well, another strong game from Garrett, hasn't it? Dude is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mr. Consistency.
Seriously.
Crazy to think that he was the leadoff hitter for so long before Luke Nowak showed up. Nowak showed up right before July 4th, and yet he gets slots right back in. And
He's delivering. The 1-1. Another ball. And I say this a lot, but I love the drama that Garrett brings to telling the runners to hold.
Woo! Stop in the name of love. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Got to be honest, our DJ today has been A+.
Yeah, shout out Robert. And all the guys who came up pregame to play funny music during the Aces BP.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So for everyone who wasn't here, which is all of you people watching, it's the playoffs, so we had a little fun with the Aces during their BP when normally you might play psych-up music. We were playing My Heart Will Go On, Sarah McLachlan.
Some High School Musical, courtesy Jason Schiavone.
Some high school. That was Jason Schiavone's request. Jordan Little requested Sarah McLachlan, and then our sound director, Robert Sue, put in the American Airlines safety video.
That's hilarious.
Which is fantastic.
Who put the Wiggles?
Ball 4?
Yeah, that is ball 4. So.
Who put the Wiggles? I don't know, but that was inspired as well.
Garrett going to take first back-to-back walks.
How many times on base is that for Garrett today?
3 out of his 4 at-bats. He's walked twice, had a base hit, and then flew out in the 5th.
1 for 2 with 2 walks. Guy's a machine.
Yeah.
A lot of speed on the bases right now for the Big Train. Normally, Coach Sal is having a little long conversation with Warren Holzimer before he comes up to the plate while Jacob Friend chats with Shapiro. One thing I have noticed, there have been, normally in baseball, like second base is called scoring position, right? Because that base hit to the outfield, you generally score. But Galvin Morris, our associate head coach who coaches third, has been a bit more conservative of late. But I think with Wingett, ball into right center field, not directly at an outfielder, you know, make him throw you out.
Yeah.
Make him make the throw. It requires two, you know, one perfect throw in an ideal situation, mostly two for a relay. So we'll see what happens here. Go ahead and run at second.
Two speedy guys.
Two speedy guys.
Wingate Speedy himself and then the guy chasing him as well. And Felix Holzmer now. First pitch to him. Fouled off. Count 0-1. Holzmer with a nice double in the third.
Booming double to the
Yeah.
scoreboard in left center.
It was a great hit. But unfortunately part of the bases
on
loaded,
base, yeah.
stranded situation for the big train.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
You do hate to see that. The 0-1 to Holzmer high. Friend had to pop up for that. Count 1-1.
Curious to think what this inning would look like if Hegwood had seen a few pitches, because he went right at the first
Yeah.
one, which I think was inside, popped it up in foul territory, and now Shapiro has struggled a bit, back-to-back walks, and now 1-1 to Holzmer.
Yeah. Shapiro, the 1-1
That's a strike.
in. Someone using flash down there?
They shouldn't be,
I know they shouldn't be,
because,
but I've seen some.
well, we like to avoid that. It's distracting.
Super distracting. The 1-2 ball.
I'll give you an inside management secret here. Earlier
Okay.
today, we got a message from one of our contacts at Parks being like, oh, last night's storm wiped out power, and the field lights aren't operating 100%, so what do you want to do?
Oh, so true. The 2-2 to Holzmer. High, full
So we
count.
weren't sure if we were going to have to try and start the game early or, like, because they were like, well, right field's going to be a little dark, but they brought the Pepco people in, and as you can see on the screen, they are shining bright. We're in good light here.
We
Let there
are.
be light.
The sunset was beautiful, too.
It was.
The full count pitch, Holzmer fouls that off, and continuing a great at-bat for Warren here.
Making Shapiro throw.
Pepco. Growing up around here, is Pepco a universal thing, or is that a local thing? Because I just remember my
it's
parents
more-
would always be complaining about Pepco.
No,
whenever there
it's
was a
it's the
storm.
Mid-Atlantic
Yeah.
region, or
All
this
right.
area. Every region has
parents
their
would always
power
be like,
company
"Oh,
that they hate,
Pepco."
right?
The 3-2 in and down looking goes Warren Holzmer. He does not like that call. So now 2 outs for DM Jefferson.
DM's been a little bit cold in the postseason over the
Yeah.
last couple of games of the regular season, so this would be an excellent time for him to break out. We know what he can do. You know, he showed up a little late because Notre Dame made it to Omaha in the College World Series after shocking Tennessee in the Super Regionals.
Yeah,
and
that was awesome.
Yeah, and so the Big Train could really use a classic DM line drive somewhere right now.
Jefferson yet to record a hit in these playoffs. That one fouled back toward the train dugout.
Well, that just means he's due, Allie.
So true. I couldn't agree more.
I don't want to play the roulette game, but, you know, we haven't seen red in a while, so you bet on red.
Okay.
It's not a science.
I've never gambled or anything.
Have you never played roulette?
No.
Don't.
I went
It's
to
stupid.
Vegas once. I was 4.
Yeah, okay, you're not gambling.
So 1-1 now.
Okay, well, don't play roulette.
Okay.
People try and pretend there's a skill to it, but there isn't. Blackjack, though, you can win at that.
Okay.
There's a bit more skill involved. It's still luck, but you're playing the odds a little more.
Little DM chant. Sounds like defense. It's like we're at a basketball game. The 1-1.
In the dirt.
2-1.
DM in control of this at bat here. Shapiro's throwing him a bunch of off-speed pitches, which is what DM struck out with by the first pitcher, whose name
Kamen
is
Yasovic.
Kamen Yasovic. That's
The
right.
big K, they call him.
The big K.
Yeah. That's what the Aces broadcasters told me
Okay.
the last time they were here. The 2-1.
Hit him
Hit DM. So he will take his base. That'll load the bases.
again.
Sean Lane coming up.
Wait, was Sean Lane up with the bases loaded before?
No.
No, he hits second and third.
Yeah.
Here comes Chris Bursett. I think that's going to there's no one. No, there is someone warming.
Yeah, there is action in the pen, but I don't think that guy looks necessarily ready to go.
Sean Lane, we know, came into the playoffs hot. He continued to be hot in the semifinals, 2 games against the Giants, and then yesterday, that's it for Shapiro. All right. So, Allie?
Yeah, Shapiro going to come out. New pitcher will come in for the Aces from the pen. We'll take a quick step aside while they warm up, but the base is loaded for the big train. Don't go anywhere. welcome back on the mound for the Aces is someone the Big Train have seen multiple times this season and already in this series, Brody Valentine, who pitched last night. He's back out on the mound. He'll have to face Sean Lane with the bases loaded, Wingett on third, Felix on second, DM Jefferson on first, and, you know, Luke Nowak, one of the speedier guys on this team, but aside from him, I'd say these three guys are.
This is who you want on the base.
This is who you want.
You could clear it if you put it in a gap right here.
First pitch to Lane, ball. Michael's reaction should tell you where that went.
Oh. Again, easy from the broadcast
Yeah,
to be like,
it
yo,
is.
take that 86-mile-per-hour pitch to the butt. But it was a run. That's okay. 1-0. Sean Lane in control of the at-bat here.
Yeah, he is. The 1-0 from Valentine. Lane pops that one up, looking like it's going to go into the stands. And it's in the dugout. Aces guy falling over. They're going to go grab him. That's Connor Offshack.
Oh, my goodness. That would have been an
his body on the
incredible
line.
play. Offshack leaned into the Big Train dugout. Now, the umpire could have ruled that if a Big Train player had gotten involved or a coach had gotten in the way of that could have been ruled an out. But luckily, they all stepped back. Offshack almost made an incredible play reaching into the dugout.
Yeah, went over the railing.
Yeah, Sean Lane survived by 1.5 feet there, so better take advantage of that second life. 1-1 here. Big moment in this game.
Yeah, huge moment. The 1-1 to Lane, high ball 2.
This is after the game last night. We spoke to Sal, well, our writers did, about this, about taking advantage of key opportunities, especially with 2 outs. This is one of those. They did it last inning. If you want to win the series and force a game tomorrow, you got to do it here.
The 2-1 ball, or strike, just in.
I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I literally called it a strike. A ball, so.
He heard you and he was like, oh, yeah?
He was like, just kidding. You thought. But
Joke's
yeah, this
on
would
you.
be the second time the Train leave the bases stranded. Or, excuse me, leave the bases loaded. The 2-2, 3-2.
Soft breaking ball in. All right, bases loaded, full count, 2 outs. That means the runners will be moving. So, we said earlier, anything down the line or in the gap, and DM Jefferson could easily score. A bases clearing extra base hit would be huge. Sean Lane, got to do something.
The full count pitch. Sean Lane gonna walk, and Trey Wingett comes home. Take him how you can get him. Big Train back on top.
Woo! These guys take balls very confidently that look very close to strikes to me.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole season, guys have complained about the strike zone. I don't know. I think they've done it a lot, but they tell you not to take pitches that close with 2 strikes. But Sean Lane did, and hey, it worked out. And now he's on first, bases loaded. And here's Clay Wargo, who already has an RBI single tonight.
Yeah, Wargo 2 for 3 on the day. Both those singles, one of them an RBI single. That one well protected by Friend, bounced out of his glove a little. Got to be careful with Garrett Felix on third there.
Garrett Felix takes aggressive secondary leads off third, where he's really in a position where if the ball bounces away and he thinks he can make it, he's going to try, especially for an insurance run.
Yeah. Valentine, the 1-0 to Wargo. Friend going to attempt to pick off Lane, but he's safe.
Trying to get behind Sean Lane and catch him by surprise. A lot of times when you're the third, you're the guy on first with the bases loaded, you're like, they're not paying attention to me. You get a little lazy off first, but Lane was aware of that danger.
Yes. Valentine fires. Wargo hits that one into left center field. Coming in is Kuntz, and he'll make the catch. So that'll be the third, Boyd, Kuntz right field. Boyd gets the third out, but the Big Train take the lead again, up 3-2 as we enter the top of the 7th.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the broadcast. I am not Allie Navarrete. She is out of the booth for a second. I'm Michael Michaud, joined by Bennett Solomon here in the top of the 7th. First pitch, breaking ball high, and the count 1-0. Welcome to the booth, Bennett.
Thank you. And the first thing I'm going to say, Michael, the order for the Aces has gone back to the top and the most dangerous part of the order. So Braden Jones has some work to do.
That's correct. The 1-0, fastball in, 2-0. Absolutely right. The first 5 hitters for the Aces are just, deadly and really difficult outs. And, again, after taking the lead, we need a shutdown inning here from Braden Jones. The 2-0 fouled back, 2-1. That was a ball. But when you're sitting fastball, sometimes you just got to swing at it.
Yep.
Yeah, these shutdown innings, this is key. You gotta keep it here. Gotta keep the lead. Breaking ball strike from Braden Jones. I forgot that I was on play-by-play for a second there.
That was a nice slider there from Braden Jones.
That was.
He's been liking his fastball tonight, so.
Yeah, he has. I was telling Allie that he's talked about how he developed kind of a rising fastball. Yeah, well, I mean, not rising, but riding.
Oh, riding.
So it stays high, Here's the 2-2. Bouncer off of Jones. He picks it up, throws to first in time. That was kind of a tweener, soft hit, medium ground ball that kind of deflected off several parts of Braden Jones, and he picked it up and had plenty of time to throw Hakopian out at first.
Well, you saw a big smile from Braden right there, but a lot of times, pitchers may kind of panic at that in that situation. But Braden Jones did a really good job there, staying with the play and firing it over to first for the first out of the inning. Yeah,
that was an excellent play, and what a relief. Here comes Adam Tellier, who's been just a real problem for the big train. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that's a strike, and the count 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, Braden Jones overpowered him last time up.
He did. That was
we saw a rare strikeout from Tellier.
That was an impressive performance. I wish we had one of those pitch sequence graphics that we could do. Here's the 0-1. Bouncer right back to Jones again. He knocks this one down with the glove. Gives Tellier a look as he throws over to first. Broken bat as well. Sawed him off. And that's 2 quick outs for Braden Jones, 2 of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup. And there are 2 away here at the top of the 7th.
That's definitely a confidence builder for Braden Jones in the big train. You get a quick 1-2-3 inning right here. Going back in the dugout, coming back up to the plate. Momentum shift.
I mean, stress-free pitches. That's what we want, right? That's what the big train are looking for. And here's Braden Jones. He's working quickly this inning, and he's got Dylan Kuntz now. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed. That looked like a tailing fastball? I don't know.
Yeah, it looked fast.
Okay.
Fastball.
It looked fast.
I don't think Braden Jones has a changeup in there.
I don't think so either.
It didn't look slow enough to be a changeup. So.
0-1 to Kuntz. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball away. Count 1-1. Kuntz, left-handed hitter tonight. He is 0 for 3. He struck out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. Big train shifting him a little to pull. Here's the 1-1. Cut on and missed. Another fastball off the outside corner, and the count 1-2. Holzheimer, the shortstop, is a little closer to second, and Felix way off the line at third.
Kind of some unfamiliar territory for Jones coming out of that bullpen, but I think he's done a really good job.
I think he's done a really good job as well. Agreed. He's usually a starter. Here's the 1-2. Fastball away, 2-2. Yeah, I mean, I wonder for a lot of these college guys, a lot of them are starters, and there is a different mentality coming out of the bullpen. Here's the 2-2. That ball lifted down the left field line. On the run, Jefferson, he dives, he won't get there. It bounces, and it rolls to the fence. Jefferson will chase it down. Kuntz around second. He's looking 3. Jefferson digs it out. The throw comes into third. It's not going to be in time, and it's a 2-out triple for Dylan Kuntz. And just like that, the Aces have the tying run at third with 2 down for their cleanup hitter, C.J. Boyd. Woof.
I mean, that was a nice effort there from Jefferson. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if you can afford to dive for that ball. It was just, it was tailing away from Jefferson. Just a really tough play.
Yeah, and here comes Big Train manager Sal Colangelo. I can't tell if this is a conversation. I don't think anyone's warming up in the bullpen. Well, here's something, Bennett. When Schiavone pulled up on that bloop, that's a ball that you do dive for because it's not going anywhere if you miss it. Jefferson, hey, we all love to see diving efforts, but when you're up 1, you're trying to play no doubles defense. Part of me says stop, just pull up, stop that ball, and keep the guy at first. Mm-hmm. And it turned out to a triple. This is more a strategy meeting, a pump up, get the bleep out of this inning meeting, I think, from Sal.
Well, Braden has yet to work 1-2-3 innings, so he's got the 4 hitter to work with trying to get out of this jam.
That's right. Boyd, so far on the night, 1 for 2. He's walked, singled, and scored a run. He scored on Offshack's bloop single to right, that one in front of Schiavone that we were talking about. And they are going to appeal to first. I guess they think that Kuntz missed first, but he didn't. Or at least the umpire says he didn't.
You don't. I really do want to see one of those because the reactions are usually quite interesting.
I agree. Here's the pitch from Jones. Breaking ball grounded, foul outside third. Hit breaking ball, hit hard by Boyd, but little in front of it, and it was just wide of third.
You saw Boyd was early there on that slider, and as a pitcher, when you see that, you might think to
switch it up.
Yeah, go fastball.
Yeah, fastball in. Really bust him. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, that one down, 1-1. I'll say this, Ben, I used to play in this charity wiffle ball tournament in Vermont that was played at, like, Little Fenway Park and Little Field of Dreams and Little Wrigley. I once appealed a guy on a home run, and he completely missed home, and the ump called him out.
In wiffle ball?
In wiffle ball. Well, it's an intense tournament. That's grounded to third. Felix deep in the hole. The long throw across the infield, dropped by Sean Lane. And just like that, the Aces will tie the game at 3 on a critical error by Lane. That is a difficult play there for the big train to swallow.
I think Garrett Felix has done a phenomenal job at third base tonight. We haven't really seen him there a lot.
No.
Being forced to move there because of some absent players, but I think it wasn't the hardest scoop there. It looked like.
Nope.
But unfortunately, Sean Lane could not come up with the
could not handle it.
Scoop.
So that is just 2 plays in the span of 2 minutes. And just like that, we are tied again here in this game, too. Here's Sullivan, first pitch in the dirt, and the count 1-0. Sullivan is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Both of those, the first 2 were against Brandon Clark. 1-0 now to Sullivan. Pitch. Cut on a miss. Fastball blew it by him, 1-1.
We got really nice, I guess, back and forth game.
I mean, if I didn't care about it, I'd be like, wow, this is a great game. I love watching this. But, like you said when you came into the booth, heart rate, baby. Palpitations.
Yeah.
Ooh,
stressful.
That's right. 1-1. That's a fastball strike, and the count 1-2. Sullivan looking for something off speed there. Tough. Yesterday's game 1, errors led to 4 Aces runs and an 8-6 win, and that's one that Big Train really have to have. But Jones will try and get out of it. The 1-2. Fastball away, 2-2.
Well, the biggest games require, the biggest plays, and, the Big Train haven't been able to, come through on the defensive side, really.
Nope. It's been a struggle. Last night you can probably blame the elements a little, but on that play, that's a play a first baseman has to make. Here's the 2-2. Oh, just tipped by Sullivan, and Cobb could not hang on. He will stay alive.
It's just a good sign, despite these errors, despite the missed
yeah,
plays, we've
100%.
Only a two-run defeat yesterday, and we're tied.
They battled yesterday. Sean Lane's been a big part of this game tonight. He had that bases loaded walk to take the lead, so he'll come up again in a big point. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked well by Cobb, and the count is full. That'll put Boyd on the move from first with 2 outs. JT Carter on deck, the DH. So 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 7th, 1 run in, tie game. Game 2, LCS. 3-2 from Jones. Pitch. Ball high. Walked him. That puts the go-ahead run at second, checking down to the bullpen to see, the big trainer checking down to the bullpen to see if the next pitcher is ready. We can't really see who's warming up down there.
If I were to guess someone, I think it'd be Jordan Little.
I would also say that. I thought I saw him in the dugout, but it looks like Baylor Cobb is going to go out to use up some time here. Oh, and here's Sal coming out, yelling something to Chris Bursett in the Aces dugout, and he's going to make a change. So here we are, top of the 7th. I think it is Jordan Little, but we will confirm that when we come back. Top of the 7th, first and second, 2 out, 3-3 Big Train and Aces, game 2 of the LCS. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Top of the 7th. It is 3-3. I also believe we have a pinch hitter coming up for the Aces, but we'll deal with the Big Train pitcher first. Braden Jones just completed his Big Train season. That is going to be it for him. He definitely pitched very well for us. Leaves kind of victim of some bad defense. And coming in now for the Big Train is their big relief pitcher of the season, Jordan Little.
Yeah, not surprised to see Jordan Little in this situation. He's been our closer for most of the year. 22 1/3 innings pitched on the season, just giving up 2 earned runs and 34 strikeouts in 10 games this year, Michael.
Yeah, he has been completely dominant. Here we have a pinch hitter for the Aces. It is Cade Law, who will pinch hit against Jordan Little. First pitch, fastball away, 1-0. The last time Little pinched against the Aces was in a doubleheader on July 21st, and in a weird situation where the Aces were the home team because of a rainout, he ended up giving up a 1-run lead, and it was a walk-off win for the Aces. Here's the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed, and the count 1-1. That's the Jordan Little power that we know and love.
The last time we saw Little was on Monday against the Gaithersburg Giants in Game 1 of that playoff series.
What a game that was.
Yeah, I mean, he shut the door, too, in that game.
He did. 1-1. Cut on and miss. 1-2. Throw it on to second. It sails into center. Oh, holding up, though, at second is Boyd. That is a risky throw by Baylor Cobb. He loves to show it off, but perhaps not the best time for that. Saved by Trey Wingett backing up quickly, and the fact that Boyd had to dive back into second.
Well, you know Baylor. He likes to get aggressive behind the plate. You know, he's a big one knee throw guy, and he likes to try and make it quicker. But there, I don't think you should be doing that.
1-2, fastball away, 2-2.
Luckily,
no harm, no foul.
Advanced. Yeah, luckily no one advanced. Nice backup job by Trey Wingett.
2-2. Go ahead run out at second for the Aces. Little sets, deals to Law. The pitch. Cut on and miss. He struck him out. Little's now a signature hat falling off because his hair is so long. That is the end of the inning. Excellent work by Little coming out of the bullpen. The Aces score 1 to tie an unearned run, but at the end of 6.5, it is 3-3 in this must win for the Big Train. We will be right back.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th, leading off for the big train is Baylor Cobb. On the mound now for the Aces is Alex Walsh from Lafayette College, taking over for Brody Valentine. Walsh yet to appear in these playoffs. First pitch to Baylor fouled off for strike 1.
What a night Baylor Cobb has.
Seriously.
I mean, he gave us the lead, back in the 5th, and he's got a single and a double tonight. Just Baylor Cobb's been hot at the plate. You're really nice to see.
It is nice to see. The 0-1 from Walsh, out for ball 1. Walsh this season has pitched 13 2/3 for the Aces, given up 20 hits, 13 runs, 12 of them earned, 13 walks, 11 Ks for an ERA of 7.9. So not the best stat line there. Now he's behind a Baylor 2-1.
Well, when a pitcher has more walks than strikeouts, it's probably a little
not great.
Yeah, a little deteriorating.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. Does it? Nope.
No. Playoffs. New time. Again, he has not appeared yet in the playoffs for the Aces. 3-1 now to Baylor.
Well, we've really had a back-and-forth game tonight. I was
Seriously.
talking about it a little bit with Michael.
It's been stressful.
Oh, very.
I personally am stressed.
That's good to know.
Just want to let the people know. The 3-1 way outside, ball 4. Baylor going to walk.
We're getting late in the games. Might be time for Coach Sal to play a little small ball here. However, Baylor isn't the fastest runner. I think he's dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So see if lets Jason Schiavone hit.
First pitch to Schiavone, he shows bunt, and it comes in for strike 1.
Guess it is time for some small ball. Third baseman playing on the grass. One of the hardest bunts is a push bunt. Let's see if Jason tries to do that towards second.
Pickoff attempt. Baylor safe. But yeah, Jason was definitely showing bunt again. Walsh, the 0-1 to Schiavone. Has to back up a bit for ball 1.
No bunt there. No showing bunt there from Schiavone.
That was a mouthful. Showing bunt Schiavone.
I didn't. Okay. It's the end of the season. I think we're getting a little tired.
Yeah, this is true. And this booth makes you delirious.
Yeah.
The 1-1, another ball. Still quite a packed house on both sides, Aces and Big Train.
Well, how could you leave this game?
No, it's...
We got a 3-3 game in the 7th.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And again, it's do or die for the Train. 2-1, fouled back. And win the first championship for the Aces. So, quite a lot on the line here. Walsh, the 2-2. Schiavone hits that one deep out to left field. Will it drop? No. An amazing catch from C.J. Boyd. That was the closest thing we've seen out of here tonight, Bennett, but Boyd just perfectly tracked it.
Yeah, it looks like Schiavone got that ball, on the hands a little bit. But that was a nice running catch right there from C.J. Boyd. Unfortunately, was not hit far enough.
Colton Hegwood going to come up now. 1 out on the board. Baylor Cobb still on first.
I wonder if we see a bunt from Hegwood right here.
Seen it before from him. First pitch in, not showing bunt. Ball 1.
Yeah, usually batters will get up in the front of the batter's box when they're bunting, and Colton was towards the back.
Walsh, the 1-0. Hegwood fouls that back. Count 1-1. I think I said it earlier the last time this happened, but Baylor on first, Colton at the plate, 2 Louisiana Tech boys. Little teammate action.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And we have the 3 catchers again today as well.
Yeah, all in the lineup.
All in the lineup. There was one point where it was like Clay and Baylor on base and Jason at the plate. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Count 1-2.
I think they're back to back in the lineup.
They are, yeah, exactly.
Catcher. It must be interesting that who's doing the bullpen catching. It's got to be Clay Warko. Right?
Yeah, I've seen him over there. Walsh pickoff attempt. Cobb safe. These are close calls, though.
Yeah, Baylor Cobb's probably be sliding back into the bag. He's not going anywhere, I don't think, on that bad ankle. So.
Walsh, the 1-2. Hegwood fouls it off again.
Be a little aggravating as I was never the fastest on the base pass, so I wouldn't steal often, and when the pitcher would pick off, I'd always be very annoyed. I'd openly tell the first baseman I'm not going. So having a little fun as much as I could.
The 1-2, and Hegwood gets a piece of it, so still alive. Big Train always prolonging these at-bats.
Well, the playoff games seem to be getting longer and longer each time we.
Yeah, this is true. Although the first one was so long.
13 to 12.
The 13 to 12 game was crazy. And then the second one was also just long, as the Big Train was quite dominant. Yesterday was long, as it was very back and forth, and these at-bats were quite.
Well, these games are keeping us on our feet.
That too. Yeah, I mean, yes. The 1-2 high, ball 2. Yeah, I mean, it has definitely been a playoff baseball.
Yeah, well, once you reach those playoffs, there's no room for errors. So, a lot of pitching changes. Not a lot of substitutions, though, when the Big Train only have 9 players.
The 2-2 high, count full, yeah.
And 9 position players available.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the lineup card and the reserves for hitting are Eric Ritchie and Nicholas Del Prado.
If we get to that point, it's definitely going to be a sight to see.
It will be. I want to see Del Prado.
I do.
I feel like he could hit a bomb. Full count. Colton Hegwood out to right field. Kuntz there under it. So that'll be out number 2. Trey Wingate going to come up, 2 outs. Baylor Cobb still on first.
Trey Wingate is hitless tonight, but he had a really nice base hit last night. Single into right field.
First pitch to him, ball. Yeah, he's been much improved for the Train in the second half of the season. Not necessarily consistently in the lineup, but obviously, we've said it, is now. Swing and a miss there. The 1-1 in. Walsh ahead 1-2 now, just 1 strike away from keeping this game tied.
Well, it looked like it started kind of in the left-hander's batter's box and then moved its way over to the plate. So it throws a two-seam fastball. That looked like a nice two-seam.
The 1-2, 2-2. Walsh, the 2-2, and Wingett goes down swinging. So the big train will leave Baylor Cobb stranded on first. Still tied 3-all as we'll enter the top of the 8th. Welcome back. Top of the 8th, and Jordan Little is still on the mound for Bethesda, leading off for the Aces. Will be at the bottom of the order with second baseman Brendan Harity. Then it'll go to Connor Oshak, and rounding it out will be Jacob Friend. Little, first pitch high to Harity.
It's very important here for Little, I think, to work a 1-2-3 inning as you know, you flip it over to Eddie Okobian at the top of the order, you know, one of their best hitters. So
the 1-0, 2-0 now. Yeah, I agree. And also just want to get back to the big train bats as quickly as possible because that will also be at the top of the order with Garrett Felix. Little, the 2-0, that one gets in, count 2-1. Harity today has grounded out twice and then reached on a fielder's choice. Jordan Little came in for Braden Jones and got a K to take care of the third out. 2-2 now as Harity swings. The 2-2 popping up. Little calling it. Gonna make the catch himself. First out.
Well, they never teach you that, Allie. They always teach the pitcher to get out of the way.
Jordan said, I got it.
Yeah, Jordan did say. Jordan said, I'll take it myself.
Jordan in these playoffs has pitched 2 innings in 1 game. It was back in the Gaithersburg series. He had 3 strikeouts and nothing else. He's credited with a win. First pitch popped foul by Offshack.
All fastballs so far from Little.
And those fastballs are fast, I can tell you that much.
Is that why they call it a fastball alley?
Yeah, but his especially. The 0-1 to off Shack low ball.
There's a slider that dipped out of the zone into the dirt.
Off Shack 1 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a base hit, an RBI single at that. The 1-1, a bit outside, count 2-1.
Well, even though that was a ball, that was a wicked slider right there. That moved from probably the inside part of the plate towards left-hander's batter's box.
The 2-1 well hit by Offshack deep into left field. He'll hold at first. Another hit on the board for the Aces.
It was a great job by DM Jefferson to cut that ball off. He slid, made sure that ball did not get to the wall, keeping Offshack to just a single right there. That's a really big play.
Yeah, I mean, that hit could have been a lot more dangerous. So good defense from DM. Jacob Friend going to come up now. First pitch to Friend in for strike 1. Little, the 0-1. Hefty swing and a miss from Friend. He's ahead now 0-2. On deck will be Eddie Hakopian. So a bit of that scary situation, perhaps, like we were talking about.
And the 1-2 pop of them has just been killing us.
The 0-2 fouled back.
Cobian and Tellier have been, big problems for the big train this series.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, especially. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been good today as well, but Tellier with the 2-run homer that brought home Hakopian when he was already on the base path was monster yesterday, and Hakopian had a double. It was just a big day for the 1-2 spot, and down looking goes Jacob Friend. It's K number 2 for Jordan Little, so he'll have the 2 outs as Hakopian comes to the plate. Jacob Friend not happy about that.
Yeah, that was a really nice backdoor slider right there that painted the outside corner according to the umpire. And usually in those situations, Little will try and power up and throw that fastball up in the zone, but decided to go slider right there. Nice pitch.
First pitch to Hakopian, ball. Little, the 1-0, bit high again, count 2-0. Still out there is Offshack on first for the Aces. Little, the 2-0, and that one in, count 2-1. The 2-1, bit low.
That didn't miss my much right there.
Nope.
Hitters count. Little has to be careful right here.
Little, the 3-1 fouled back, so he will get the full count.
Offshack will be on the move here with the 3-2 2-out count, so ball in the gap may give the Aces the lead.
Little, the full count pitch. Offshack is on the move, but that one fouled off again. Oh, he was charging out there.
Well, he's definitely thinking. He's thinking 4.
He was ready.
Hopefully the big train outfield kind of look at that and say, "We got to get it in quickly."
Little, the full count pitch. That one fouled off again. Offshack still charging.
Well, maybe if he keeps doing this, he might get a little tired.
I mean, he's running like the game is tied in the finals, which it is. So
I think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Unrelenting.
He'll be on the move again.
Yes, he will.
Oh.
They're gonna call time.
Give him a break.
Yeah. Little, another full count pitch fouled off again. Offshack.
I think he
stopped a little earlier that
he
time.
Slowed up there. I don't. Yeah, he's definitely tired. He's jogging back, head down. Oh, that's. Ooh. It's not exactly cool out there.
No. Although it's not. It's definitely
no, it's definitely not
even
terrible.
Close to the hottest we've seen this summer. It has been a much worse. The full count pitch again. That one chopped to Holzmer. He's got it over to Sean Lane. Overthrown. Offshack going to push to third, and runner's going to be in the corners for the Aces. Just an unfortunate sequence of events there, Bennett.
I mean, it's another play that needs to be made. And it's the second time, it's another time where the big train should be out of an inning.
Yeah.
And in these types of situations, those plays really just can't happen. But it just makes the pitchers have to work more.
Yeah, Jordan Little now has to face Adam Tellier, who we know is a threat. Offshack on third, Hakopian on first after reaching on the error, and Hakopian easily stealing second there. So a 1-0 count to Tellier, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Aces.
And that's a big stolen base right there, because a base hit will give him a 2-run lead.
The 1-0 popped up. Hegwood calling it. And he's got it. So the big train get themselves out of a little scary situation there. Score still tied 3-3. When we come back in the bottom of the 8th, we'll be back to the top of the order with Garrett Felix. Welcome back. Some defensive changes for the Aces. Now on the mound is left fielder C.J. Boyd. Dylan Kuntz has moved to left field. Eddie Hakopian has moved from center to right. And Michael Eze from Georgetown has entered the game in center field. First pitch to Felix, ball.
Job right there, Allie. That was a mouthful.
Oh, thank you. Just had to let the people know. The 1-0 in 1-1.
I had to connect the dots.
Again, back to the top of the order with Garrett Felix at the plate. 1-1, now 2-1. And, I mean, C.J. Boyd had a great game in left field up until this point. Made that awesome catch off Jason Schiavone in the last inning. The 2-1 low.
Oh, well, he's struggling to find the strike zone so far.
That he is.
And Garrett Felix is going to swing at bad pitches, so.
C.J. Boyd from East Carolina.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows our East Carolina boys.
Sure he does. The 3-1 grounded to second and over to first. It's out number 1. Warren Holzmer going to come up to the plate. Boyd in these playoffs, or excuse me, the season for the Aces, regular season pitched 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, no strikeouts.
Well, I guess he's a contact pitcher.
Holzmer fouls that one off to get started. In these playoffs, he has not pitched. Interesting move from the Aces.
Well, I think the Aces are trying to preserve some arms, for their do or die. So if the Big Train win, a win or take all game tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say do or die for both teams this time if we do play tomorrow in Alexandria. Boyd, the 1-1, bit high, count 2-1 now to Holzmer. The 2-1 foul to 2. Boyd pitched twice this season for East Carolina. 1 2/3 innings, once at Tulane, once at NC State.
Those are good teams, Allie.
The 2-2 fouled off. And then saw the field quite a bit hitting-wise. Had 32 at-bats, started 4 games. East Carolina, an impressive program. The 2-2 will ding Holzmer in the back. He'll head to first.
All right. Take him how you can get him.
So Holzmer going to go to base, but he looked a bit frustrated. I think he wanted a chance to hit.
Well, you never want to get hit by a pitch.
No.
1, it hurts.
Yeah.
And 2, you want a chance to hit.
Yeah. DM at the plate now.
This might be a good time for DM to try and bunt for a hit, not a sacrifice, for a hit.
First pitch in, 0-1.
You angle that bat down the third baseline, try and get it to trickle down there in fair territory. You got 2 runners on, but DM will hit here.
Boyd taking his time, fires the 0-1 ball.
Outfield playing very deep. Looks like they're playing a kind of a no doubles type defense. Trying to avoid any balls in the gap.
The 1-1 in. Boyd ahead now, 1-2 to Jefferson. Last time at the plate, DM was also hit by pitch, like Holzmer. That time from Shapiro. The 1-2 count evens. This is the 5th arm we've seen from the Aces tonight.
Really, Aces are really going through their bullpen tonight.
That they are.
They got 5 innings out of their starter last night.
Yeah, Delano had quite the game. Boyd, the 2-2. DM going to ground that one to first. Get the out at second and at first. So a double play for the Aces will end the inning. They back up Boyd. The big train cannot tack anything else on. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 9th. Dylan Kuntz leading off. Welcome back. Dylan Kuntz leading off for the Aces. Fouls that one over toward the Aces bullpen. Jordan Little still on the mound, and it's the top of the 9th. Things are all tied up. So should Jordan Little keep the score tied, the big train would have the best situation going into the bottom of the 9th, where they'll try to push for the win. That one drops for ball 1. It's a stressful situation, Bennett. No beating around the bush.
No. It's biggest game of the year for the big train, and a lot of nerves.
Yeah. 2-1 the count now to Kuntz.
But they're ready. They're a clutch team, big clutch all year. Why not tonight? Why not make another clutch play?
They just want it to happen how it's usually been happening. The 2-1, 3-1.
And if the big train are going to win, it's going to be in walk-off fashion, Allie.
Yeah. The 3-1 popped foul. Colin Head's going to land in the concourse. Count full now. I mean, coming up for the train in the bottom of the 9th, we'll have Sean Lane, Clay Wargo, Baylor Cobb.
There's some big bats.
Those are some big bats, especially tonight. Clay Wargo, Baylor Cobb have been some of the best stuff. Kuntz going to walk to get started. CJ Boyd, who we just saw on the mound, going to come up to bat.
I know it's the 4 batter, Allie, but we're in the top of the 9th. I mean, you have to see a bunt here from CJ Boyd to advance that runner over to second, put him in scoring position.
Yeah.
For here, I mean, you're going to see it. I'd say elevate the fastball.
There he goes, showing bunt. He lays it down. Little going to scoop it up and get it over to Sean Lane with ease. So that'll be the first out, but Kuntz now in scoring position, like you said. That was the idea.
Yeah, nicely done right there by CJ Boyd. putting it down the first baseline. Jordan Little making a nice play there, taking his time.
Scooped it up, did what I need to do.
We kind of saw that play yesterday, and didn't work out for us.
Yeah, no.
A lot of PFPs though today. Pitcher fielding plays. Braden had 2.
Yeah.
Back to back, and his final inning of work.
Kate Sullivan at the plate now. Jordan Little gets started ahead 0-1. Yeah, just the third arm for the Train. Brandon Clark, Braden Jones, now Jordan Little. Little, the 0-1 high. Little going to take his time for the 1-1 to Sullivan. He fires, goes low. Running is Kuntz. Throw to Cobb. From Cobb goes over Felix, and Kuntz going to come all the way home. The Aces have retaken this lead. Count now 2-1. Aces on top 4-3.
Well, another misplay by the Big Train defense, and it's from someone who you really don't expect. Baylor Cobb has been great behind the plate all night.
Yeah. That one from Sullivan going all the way. No, will drop, and it will be a homer. Kate Sullivan, home run, and the Aces now up 5-3. I mean, monster hit there. There's no other way to say it.
There's really nothing you can do there. I mean, that was a moonshot, Allie. That was in the air for a long time, and yeah, I mean, give it to the Aces. They've battled back when they need to battle back, and now they're capitalizing when they need to capitalize.
One out on the board. Now at the plate for the Aces is Eze. 0-1 count as he was showing bunt. 0-2 now. The 0-2 low. Count 1-2 to Eze. Eze coming in the DH spot after Carter came out, and then Law, and now him. He was in center field in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 from Little fouled off.
And then the Aces had their heart of the order come up. Another 3-hitter got on base, 4-hitter bunted him over, and their 5-hitter ended up coming through.
Little, the 1-2, 2-2. The 2-2, that one well hit into center. Tracking it is Wingate. He'll get there. That's the second out. Brendan Harity going to come up.
Well, the Aces had their big bats come up this inning. We have our big bats coming up.
This is true. Still just 2 runs separating this ball game right now.
We all know Sean Lane can send it out here anytime. Clay Wargo has had 2 hits tonight, and Baylor Cobb 2 hits as well. So
strike to get started to Harity. Ball there, count evens 1-1. The 1-1, bit high, count 2-1 now to Harity. Little, the 2-1, that one popping up. Calling it is Holzmer. And he's under it, gets the catch, and that'll do it. So we will enter the bottom of the 9th. Train down 5-3, and we've been saying it all night that it's do or die, but now, Bennett, it truly is.
No, this is like you said, it's truly do or die. 3 more outs to keep this season alive. Let's see if the Big Train Bats can extend their season.
So when we come back, it'll be Sean Lane, Clay Wargo, Baylor, Cobb at least for the Big Train. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th. Sean Lane leading off. New pitcher Ryan Brown from Ball State for the Aces. First pitch in the zone for him. And we said it before the break, but the Aces, who joined this league in 2008, have never won a Ripken League championship. They are just 3 outs away from doing it tonight. The Big Train in the last 5 years have not won a Ripken League championship. The 0-1 fouled off, count 0-2. So this is a pretty...
It's uncharted territory for the Big Train, I guess. But, you know, when we're not trying to make excuses here, but when you're down 3 of your best hitters, Allie, it's kind of a blow. It's a blow to you, but hats off to these Big Train players playing as underdogs basically for this series. They've done really a good job. All these games have been close. So.
Yeah, the 0-2, and down swinging goes Sean Lane. That's 1 out. Yeah, I mean, it's not – yesterday was hard fought. Today has been hard fought. It's not over yet, but it has been by no means a blowout. And, I mean, the Aces have blown out the Train this season.
Well, the Aces have definitely had our number. And at the beginning of the season, We had 2 wins against them, but haven't won since that.
Yeah. First pitch to Wargo, low in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, we had 2 wins in June, and then since then they have just been on a roll. And again, I said it last night on the broadcast, but it's not necessarily like they were completely overtaking the league, because the teams ended with the exact same record. That one drops 1-1. And then that tiebreaker being the series advantage over the course of the regular season goes to the Aces, so they get the regular season championship. But again, same records. It's not like they were blowing other teams out of the water. It's just they found a way to win against Bethesda.
Yeah.
The 1-1 to Wargo, swung on and missed.
Sometimes, it happens. It happens in all types of leagues. It happens in the MLB, NFL, NBA. One team might have their number for a certain season, and it seems like the Aces have had our number this season.
The 1-2, that one popped up. Gonna stay or go foul. So Wargo was running, but Aces did a good job holding off. It eventually dribbled into foul territory, and count still 1-2 at bat. Continues.
Clay has had trouble with his elbow pad a lot.
I haven't noticed. His gloves, red and white. Maybe new. Came from Coastal Carolina, but we headed to the University of Louisiana in the fall. And I believe their colors are red. The Raging Cajuns.
The Raging Cajuns.
Yeah.
Such a cool name.
Really cool. The 1-2, pop foul.
Clay's not going down without a fight.
No, he's not. He just tossed the elbow pad, too.
It falls off every time, Maybe have to get a different size.
The 1-2, wild, count evens. The 2-2, and down looking goes Clay Wargo. The Aces now just 1 out away from their first Ripken League championship. Baylor Cobb coming up to the plate now. First pitch to Cobb, low. Baylor with the big train season on his shoulders right now. The 1-0 in, strike 1.
Well, Baylor, like we said earlier, has had a pretty good night at the plate tonight. It's had that RBI double and a single as well. Would be a nice time to come up with another hit.
The 1-1, 2-1 now. Round behind. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Now Ryan Brown just 1 strike away from delivering his team their first Ripken League championship in program history. Aces fans all on their feet next to the Aces dugout. Brown fires the 2-2 outside. Count full. Full count pitch, and down looking goes Baylor Cobb, and the Alexandria Aces have won their first title in program history since joining this league over 10 years ago. It's been quite a ride this season, Bennett, but the big train go down. But like we said throughout the entire broadcast, down fighting.
No, they did. Obviously it's, these guys, they came here, spent their summer here, looking for to win a championship, but unfortunately that's just not the case. They will be the runner-up this year, but like I said earlier, hats off to the big train. It's tough playing every day. It's tough playing every day in the heat, in this summer, and we got to know some of these players, and it's just really been a cool experience for both of us, I feel like, Allie. So
it's been an amazing experience. I'm so sad that this is over. Thank you to everybody who tuned in this summer. You guys are the reason that we do this. We want you guys to be able to see these games at home. To all the families of the players that are watching, thank you. I'm so glad that I could be a small part of your son's baseball journeys. It's been amazing to watch them. Like you said, we've gotten to know some of these guys, some of these coaches, all the other interns. It's just been such a privilege. And, hats off to the Alexandria Aces. What a season they've had. They completely deserve this. And, don't know where I'll be next summer, don't know where you'll be next summer, but I know that wherever we are, we'll be rooting for the big train to get another championship under their belts. Unfortunately, this just wasn't the year, but it's just been such an exciting season. And Bennett, what a privilege to work with you. I mean, the two of us have come such a long way from high school newspaper.
We have, and being this is my first summer ever hopping on a broadcast, I just couldn't be happier with how it went. So thank you for listening to me, and as Allie said, to all the families out there, you guys have great kids, really talented ball players. It was really a pleasure to watch them this summer.
I mean, totally. I've said it on the broadcast before, but now I've got 35 new guys to follow in college baseball, which is awesome. Very excited, of course, to watch my Big Ten guys, Andrew and Sean. Next spring, hopefully Maryland will be coming to Northwestern. But just across the country, I have a bunch of new guys to root for, which is really cool, and I just wish them all the best in the future. But, yeah, it's just a bittersweet end. They couldn't get it done, but, again, hard fought like always. These guys kept us on our toes all season. Weren't going to let these Aces off easy in this championship, but big congratulations to Alexandria. Your final score, 5-3. And for the last time, I will say thank you for tuning in to BigTrain.tv. And, yeah, thank you